African.
That sucks.
Lesbian.
I like that in a woman.
And every other kind of people.
I love paying for sex.
This moral decay weakens our resistance to the onslaught of the communist masters of deceit.
We're a bunch of scumbags.
These abnormalities are corrupting the minds and the hearts of our children.
Jackass.
And yeah, we're back. Where have you been? It's depressing and horrendous. It's awful. It's a bunch of idiots.
Perversion for profit.
Here it comes! Here it comes!
The Opie and Anthony program.
El virus.
The Opie and Anthony.
God, that irritates me.
It's just like somebody took a bat to my brain.
We're the only radio show that makes you want to hate us.
Opie.
I want my coffee.
Anthony.
I want that fax.
Jim Norton.
I want Ozzy.
We are going to dumb this thing down to the point that we're going to be #1 with Down syndrome children.
Terrible.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Beyond AM, Beyond FM is XM satellite radio.
Ow! Ooh. I don't play it. Ooh. Ow! Are you ready? Ow! Oh!
You're a filthy whore! Gag, 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 gag.
O&A Party Rock!
Let's do it! Hey, you guys. Oh,
You will be molested.
Hey, welcome to the Opie and Anthony program.
Hello.
We like to call it the O&A virus, right, Anthony? Right, Jimmy?
Oh, yes.
We sure do.
I don't know why, but it seems to work for us.
Because it's a spreading virus. It's something you get exposed to, even in a small dose. Before you know it, full-blown O&A. You have the virus, you can't get rid of it, and you're spreading it to other people.
Speaking of which, we're exploiting that.
Yeah.
Get your Spread the Virus T-shirts.
Hey!
Get your Opie and Anthony Spread the Virus T-shirts, everybody. I guess it's the first official T-shirt that we're putting out there.
Unlike the ones I see on eBay every so often.
Oh, my
You log on, it's some cheesy silk screen with our fake signatures on it that someone's trying to off as an autographed T-shirt. I look at these things and go, I've never seen that shirt. And I couldn't sign like that with my left hand.
I go to eBay all the time to see what they're selling with our names on it, and it gets funnier and funnier, man.
Yeah.
Some guy, I guess he was at our Boston gig, and he's got the T-shirt, he's got a mug and a bumper sticker that we signed, and we're just drunk and not caring, I guess, and we're just signing away. He has it nicely displayed.
Really?
The shirt's folded perfectly, and it says, Boston Live Show or whatever, the T-shirt set up there, and the mug is right next to the shirt, and then the bumper sticker all signed.
There it is.
Oh, there it is. Oh, yeah, Opie and Anthony XM live in Boston.
An entire collection.
But look, he displayed it nicely, and he's getting bids on that thing. Like $31 for that crap.
Jesus.
$31 for a bumper sticker that we signed, a T-shirt, and those stupid mugs.
And the cups that we got for Mardi Gras.
Yeah, and most of those cups that we got from Mardi Gras ended up on Bourbon Street.
Laying on Bourbon Street, being walked over by drunks.
Oh, and that's our autographs, though.
Yes.
If anyone cares.
That's an official.
That's how we sign it, yes.
I've seen some, though, that's like, that isn't my signature.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, my brother came up with a great design for Spread the Virus, and he came up with a brand new Opie and Anthony logo. I think the shirts are going to be sweet. And,
Sweet.
Sweet. You idiot.
Can you eat your tots?
Your tots? I watch that movie all the time, and
hysterical now.
And I'm still not sure if I like it.
I like it.
You are officially in the camp of liking the movie.
Talking about so Napoleon. Out there.
Talking about Napoleon Dynamite.
It's so out there. It's hysterical.
First time I watched the movie, I'm thinking, what a waste of time. But there was something about
Something that makes you go back.
And I went back, and I went back, and now it's just, I don't know, you get into it, I guess.
It's one of those movies that people either really like or really can't stand.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's it.
So, Spread the Virus, Opie and Anthony T-shirts. Yes, go to opieandanthony.com. My brother is taking pre-orders, Anthony.
Mm-hmm.
All the info is up on opieandanthony.com. And without even asking us, I guess we're signing 100 of the shirts.
Oh, really?
Don't ever go to Long Island with me, man.
No?
Every time I go out to Long Island, my brother, sits me down with freaking Sharpies.
Makes you sign things?
Makes me sign things.
That's hysterical.
And I laugh because, it reminds me of the whole Ted Williams situation.
Oh, right.
Ted Williams' son would make the old man just sign away.
Oh, he'd roll him into a room to make him sign bats and balls. Oh.
But not just a few. His son would come in with, hundreds of bats, and this guy's barely alive. And what a nice son. And he's forcing his father to sign away.
Printing money.
And the autographs were awful because, Ted was, very old and feeble at the time.
Yeah.
But, man, he worked his old man.
Good for him.
He must have been an awful father.
What's the old guy going to do?
Must have been an awful father because this guy got him back.
If the old man could sit there and just sign something and know he's making money for his kid and his family, why not?
Yeah.
Sit there 24 hours a day till his hand fell off. Keep
Why not?
signing, old man.
Why not? Wait till Dawn or Brother Joe gets a hold of you.
What?
And starts having you sign stuff.
My brother has me sign stuff.
Oh, he does?
One thing every month, a check. That's pretty much it. I am forever indebted to my brother for sending you the tape of our song parody. Pretty much got that over my head.
He was the one
the rest of my life.
He was the one that was banging on that back door that day.
You know, in every interview when they ask how we hooked up, and I always go, we did the song parody, me and my brother, and then we sent it into Opie.
Yeah.
That we means my brother Joe sent it into Opie.
Yeah.
It means Joe banged on the back door of BAB and handed Opie the tape by himself. Voom, here it is. Made sure you got it.
Look, you don't have
That's
to...
pretty much it. I was much too lazy to actually pursue anything.
Are you trying to convince me of this
No,
laziness?
I'm just explaining to the audience.
God.
Explaining to the audience how this thing worked.
Even
because
back
of
then,
Joe,
even back then, you couldn't be bothered.
No.
There it was, your opportunity, just
knocking
right there.
Here's opportunity.
And what were you doing?
Hello.
I'm sure your brother at home is like, "Come on, we got to get to the station with the tape."
I'm busy.
Doing what?
I got a drink.
He finally showed up at the back door of BAB with your tape. Yes.
Yeah.
Banging away. And I'm like,
Yeah.
Oh Jesus.
That was it.
Who's this?
What's this? Another nut at the back door. It's like, oh, all right.
Yeah.
And Ope could have, thrown the tape away or listened to it. It must have been one of those nights where it was like maybe a slow night. It's like, I'll check it out.
It could have very easily been a slow night.
If you had a busy night on the show, whoosh, that tape would have gone. Whoosh.
I think about that a lot. I think about how many people gave me stuff that was just pure gold, and I just couldn't be bothered.
Throw it away. But you played it, and Joe kept pushing. And there it was, We finally came in. Me and Hope started yapping on the air and worked out. And finally I told my brother and the rest of the band, I got to go.
Yeah.
What song was it?
It was Gonna Electric Shock OJ. It was done to Sittin' on the Dock of the Bay.
Yeah.
And it was, very relevant at the time, of course, the whole OJ thing. It was huge. The audience really loved it. Played it a lot. I remember working very hard in the field, tin knocking, and hearing it on the radio a couple of times. Sitting there going, why am I on the radio but I still have to work? I was one of those people that thought once you hear yourself on the radio, you're set for life.
Yeah, automatically someone shows up at your house with a check.
Yeah.
And
Congratulations!
A right.
Yeah, big contract and a check. And well, I was on the radio. I don't have to work anymore.
Yeah.
Apparently not.
No.
And it took quite a few years.
So you don't have to sign stuff for your family?
No, just checks.
I think my brother's one step away from going up into my mom's attic.
Really?
And finding stuff.
Pulling out memorabilia?
Oh, yeah. And throwing it up on eBay.
Memorabilia, signed cement sacks with
I'll show up in his
in
apartment, and he'll have a seat ready for me and just a pile of shirts and some Sharpies. Start signing.
Oh. Start signing, Gravy Train.
Exactly.
Come on, meal ticket. Grab that Sharpie.
So I guess we're going to be signing some of these shirts.
Yeah.
I don't know, the first 50 or something like that, the first 50 orders or something. So go to opieandanthony.com for your Spread the Virus T-shirts, everybody.
T-shirt. Opie, if I may do a T-shirt segue. A little disturbed by this whole thing. Internet's most visited T-shirt company, T-shirthell.com.
We were just talking about them yesterday.
I got my Hitler T-shirt from T-Shirt Hell. Someone sent it to me. Very nice. It's one of the most offensive shirts ever.
Why are you calling it very nice then?
Because it's very nice for a very offensive shirt.
Oh.
As far as offensive shirts go, that is a nice shirt.
Oh, okay.
It is horribly offensive, and it's very well made. It's got Adolf Hitler on it, and it said, love him or hate him, Hitler killed a lot of Jews. It's an awful, horrendous, offensive shirt, and that's what T-Shirt Hell does. They have a section that is called Beyond Hell, is it? Worse Than Hell. That's what it's called, Worse Than Hell. You go to T-Shirt Hell, you get offensive shirts. You go to T-Shirt Hell's Worse Than Hell section, you will get really bad shirts like the one I just gave you an example of. T-Shirt Hell removes most offensive shirts and apologizes.
Yeah.
Yep. This is on the Business Wire. Las Vegas-based internet company TShirtHell.com used to be home to the most offensive T-shirts on the internet. With shirts that made light of everything from 9/11 to school shootings to the recent tsunami, T-Shirt Hell truly lived up to its name. But as of today, that's no longer true. Founder, owner, and president Aaron Schwartz has decided to take down the most offensive shirts in his inventory. In fact, he's removed the entire Worse Than Hell category from the website. He's quoted as saying, "It's always my goal to make outrageous T-shirts. It was always my intention to make people laugh, but a lot of people were needlessly hurt and upset by the shirts on our website, and for that I want to apologize." Waddle doodle. Doesn't really say waddle doodle. Schwartz is ready to put his money where his mouth is. This year he is looking to donate up to 30% of the profits to charities that are involved with the groups and events he used to make fun of, if they will accept them.
That is repugnant.
Why? I wonder what happened that this guy decided to do this.
I heard they're changing the name to tshirtheck.com,
Huh,
so no one's offended.
T-shirt heck. T-shirt H-E double hockey sticks.
He got under somebody's skin.
Something happened.
Yeah, there's something that's going to come out.
Maybe he got one of those touching emails from somebody that was really upset and offended, and he's a little sensitive at making money from these shirts. I started the website on my terms and will continue to run it as I see fit. Removing the shirts that affect many people in a negative way is not just exciting to me anymore. And that doesn't make me a lame or a sellout. I would only be a sellout if I sold shirts that I no longer agreed with just to make a profit.
Maybe he made enough cash, you think?
Nah, he's in love.
You think it's a chick?
Yeah.
Wow, it didn't even hit me.
He's in love.
Holy shit. He hooked up with a chick that was like, these shirts are offensive. Okay, Poopsie.
No offense to the chicks listening out there, but you ruin everything. You really do, man.
You chicks wreck it. Wow.
There's guys out there that would still be playing in the band if it wasn't for you.
This kitten holding on to the bar saying, hang in there, baby's a cute shirt, dear.
Yeah.
Why don't you sell these?
He's in love, man. Who are you kidding?
Oh.
Or he just became a father.
Yeah.
One of the two.
There were shirts on here that were just awful. Horrendous, like baby death shirts and pedophile shirts. And really awful. But in that dark, humorous way, hysterically funny. And I guess he, I don't know, the chick or found religion or just was upset with a touching email he got.
Yeah.
But for some reason, he's done. So no more Worse Than Hell at T-Shirt Hell. Said it only made up like 20% of the shirts that he sold, but those were the shirts that were really the funny ones. I don't know what the other shirts are.
Anthony, we might have an update on the story. Justin from Ohio says the T-shirt guy was on Fox the other day.
Oh, he was.
Justin, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey, man.
Hey, yeah, that guy from the T-shirt hell was on, I think it was Fox, some network, but it was like a show like The View, and they just absolutely tore him to shreds.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, they just ripped his ass.
Is this before or after he decided to get rid of
This it has to be before. I would say it's probably about a week and a half ago.
Really? And what were they ripping him on?
I mean, it was just your typical, mommy, soccer mom bullshit show, and they had the shirts on there like.
Oh, so they're showing some of the really bad, worst of the worst shirts, and then all of a sudden now he starts getting the letters written to him and how he's awful and probably death threats and.
Yeah.
I wonder if they threatened him with like we won't carry you on our server. Or could he have gotten threats like that where they refused to, if they threatened to take him offline? Is that possible?
No.
I mean, he took it like a champ, but I just felt bad for the guy.
Well, he's obviously, well, there's nothing to feel bad for. It's like, it's said in humor, if you like it, you buy it. If you don't, you don't. That's what freedom of speech is about.
This dummy,
Jesus Christ.
This dummy probably figured, hey, this is going to be great exposure for my website.
Yeah.
Fox News, they blindside you. Then he gets on there, and they were probably calling him up all the time. Yeah, we want to have you on. Bring some of your shirts. Bring the shirts, and bring some of what you have a worse of. Yeah. Oh, we were looking at those. We were all laughing here at the office. Bring a lot of those down.
See, we
can tie them together, make a noose, and hang your sorry ass with it.
Yeah, we could give you guys the inside on all this stuff.
Oh, they're nice.
That's
they're
what Bill
so
O'Reilly.
Nice to you.
That's what Bill O'Reilly did to Anthony and I. We
knew he was going to blindside us, though. We were prepared for that one.
Yeah, I mean, we did okay, but it wasn't. He was just. I don't know. He wasn't.
The whole thing was called the corruption of the American youth.
Oh no. We didn't. Oh, that one. Okay. Yeah, we didn't know the title of that one though.
We knew it was about youth being corrupted.
Well, they basically took our interview and played it 5 or 6 different ways on that.
Well, that we know. Yeah, that we weren't too sure they were going to chop us up and throw us together. Like
and that one-armed bitch that produced for Bill O'Reilly.
Oh Jesus!
That one-armed bitch.
Jesus Christ!
She was after us for over a month to come on the Bill O'Reilly show.
What if she has?
And
XM?
we kept. Who cares? You're a twat. She was after us for a month.
Yeah.
To go on that show. Like, no, it'll be really good for you guys. And Anthony and I, they wore us down is what happened. We're like, nah, I don't think this would be a good idea.
We get worn down a lot like that.
Mm-hmm.
We hear an idea and we go, no, we're not going to do that. Absolutely not.
And then they're like, well, you just do it. And if there's a problem, we'll talk about it maybe.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, don't worry about it. Oh, great. No, we still don't want to do it. Ring. They keep calling, keep pounding. And then we finally go, oh, okay. We used to do this.
Well,
we really don't do it a lot anymore, that's for sure.
There was a lot of booze involved to wear us down.
Always.
Sexual advances.
Sexual advances.
Whatever.
One-armed bitch.
She is just the worst. We used to call her the slot machine behind her back. And before we get the show going, Anthony, our buddy Sean Hannity is in the news today. And I was laughing at this. No offense to Sean Hannity. I wish we could get him on the air. But Sean Hannity had a stalker arrested overnight, Anthony.
A stalker? Hannity had a stalker.
And they show a picture.
Was she bringing a box of Godiva chocolates to him?
That's what I was going to get at.
Really?
When you're thinking stalker, you're probably thinking some nut.
Yeah, like Mrs. David Letterman or something. That was a real stalker. Would show up in your house while you're away on vacation. You come back from vacation and she's there cooking dinner going, hi, honey. That's a stalker.
That's a stalker. Yes.
Rupert Pupkin. That's a stalker.
Nah, he was just a go-getter.
Rupert Pupkin was a go-getter?
He was just a go-getter.
With Jerry?
Yeah.
That's a stalker.
He was a go-getter. I did a lot.
He had what they called gumption.
I did a lot of the same stuff that he did back in the day. I would hang out at radio stations in the lobby waiting to talk to somebody about my tapes and stuff.
Yeah.
I related to him a lot.
Mm-hmm.
He was just a go-getter. Very motivated.
So was Hitler. Go-getter.
So they got a picture of Sean Hannity and says, afraid to go to work. Hannity stalker arrested. A Maryland woman who came to Manhattan criminal court yesterday to answer charges that she stalked Sean Hannity was arrested for allegedly continuing to terrorize the talk show host. I basically, this article, I was reading it this morning, thinking to myself, oh, my God, Anthony and I and Jimmy, we have hundreds of these people.
These are just, like, fans.
We have hundreds. I'm not even kidding you.
There are different levels of fans, too. There are people that casually listen to the show, and then there's the whole in-between from that to the people that pretty much dedicate their lives to this program and going to every appearance and, hanging out, giving us things, sending us stuff. And those, I guess, could be considered stalkers legally and as far as Hannity's concerned, but I don't see how this is any more than just one of those Uber fans,
Yeah. Miriam. What is a girl named Miriam going to do to you? Jesus, Sean, calm down.
Ooh, what a name.
Miriam, 52 years old.
52-year-old Miriam is scaring Sean Hannity.
Sean, we laugh at you today.
You're scaring me, Miriam.
Miriam is stalking Sean Hannity, 52 years old, allegedly confronted Hannity 10 times since her first arrest last year, most recently last month in Philly. It's a super fan, basically.
Uber fan.
Since the first incident in March 2004, Hannity has been afraid to go to work and has been feeling extremely nervous and anxious, a criminal complaint said. We did his show. He didn't seem that afraid of anything.
I don't know. He actually, when we walked in, he was like, is Miriam out there? Did you see Miriam? I'm afraid of her.
Does she have chocolates for me today? Oh, my God.
I brought you some chocolates, Sean, from Couture. My name's Miriam. Miriam. You know she is not hot. Never was.
That's probably why he wants her to go away.
Yeah. Yeah, you see that MILF Miriam?
God, the hot stalkers, yeah, you give them a little leeway.
Somehow they're not stalkers when they're hot. They're fans.
You give them a little leeway if they're hot.
Sure. Why don't you take my email address? It's a Hannity. Yeah.
Does seem like there's a fine line between groupie and stalker, right? The bigger your tits are, the more you're closer to being groupie.
Yeah, right.
You're a cool chick who loves the band and supports everyone.
Yeah, when you're 52-year-old Miriam,
with an Afghan.
Get the police.
Yeah, those little...
You're a stalker.
He fears physical injury or death from the woman.
Ooh.
Who has allegedly tried to make contact with him at the entrances of Fox News Channel and WABC Radio.
Yeah, it's fans hanging out before you come into work. That's what happens.
Dude, that's why we have Master Poe waiting for us every morning. We got these people every single day now.
And I happen to know
and
Sean has his own Master Poe in a holster.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, come on.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah. That guy's,
You had it when you were there?
that guy's well protected. I wouldn't worry so much. I don't think Miriam could outrun a bullet.
When I'm skating down 57th, I laugh at the old fans that are hanging out. That's not the ones I'm looking at that I'm worried about. Let's see. Miriam came to court yesterday to answer misdemeanor stalking and harassment charges, but was arrested by police and now faces potentially more serious charges of contempt of court. Sources said the woman, this is all she tried to do, has repeatedly tried to give Hannity packages, shouting, "You take this from me." Miriam allegedly also sent Hannity 2 packages containing notes that claimed she was not the woman who had been arrested for stalking him. She's just a kook.
That's kook. That's a little kooky, but, you know, you just go, is he that annoyed that he's got to, you know, have her arrested? Is she that annoying?
I'm with him on this one.
Yeah.
I hope they give her 20 years. I hate Miriam.
You can't stand her.
You know you're out with a hot chick and this fatso's walking up. Just take the package.
Oh, that is annoying. Oh,
I had a...
Let me show you my pride and joy.
I wonder if my cousin's listening, because I had a stalker big time. A real one when I was working at WBAB that bought me stuff all the time.
Yeah.
And BAB got this bright idea to have me celebrate my stupid birthday in front of fans. It was the most embarrassing thing ever.
Boy, they had some lame-ass ideas for you when you were on the air, man.
Hence the bitterness.
Oh, and you had to do them.
What about the time I had to hand out roses and pump gas for $1 or $2?
I pulled up. I pulled up in my work van.
And if that wasn't bad enough, I got all these married housewives, like, you know, trying to pick me up. I swear to God. I mean, not just one either, just a lot of them. Just messes, Long Island messes, coming to get their roses from Opie and get a few gallons of gas. And Anthony shows up. I'm like, hey, come on, help me out. We were just starting to work together, and I'm trying to show him the ins and the outs of radio at this point.
This was a part of radio. I was like, why are you doing this?
Exactly.
Like, oh, my boss told me to do this. You have bosses in radio?
Oh, yeah.
I assumed you just got on the air and did whatever the hell you pleased.
No, I officially stopped listening to bosses when you came aboard, Anthony.
Yeah, I know.
I had to listen before that.
That was fun.
There is a time during your career you got to listen to the bosses, unfortunately. Yeah. But I haven't listened to bosses, and you haven't, obviously, in 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
So we're at this place. It was right off the LIE.
Yep.
One of these just dumps, and I'm pumping gas.
Out east somewhere.
Handing out roses. It must have been Valentine's Day. I don't know. And then what was even worse, I had a really, really crappy car, and I freaking locked my keys in the car. So now all the fans are around my car as I'm trying to get into my ride, and they all think I'm this, quote, rock star.
Hey, yo.
And I'm getting into my Honda Accord with the bad muffler.
Someone's sticking a hanger through your window.
It was just the worst. But so BAB gets the idea to, I'll celebrate my birthday at one of the rock clubs. So they get a big sheet cake, right? and I'm there, and no one gives a crap. They just want to get drunk,
Oh.
and I don't care either. But this girl shows up that would go to some of the events here and there, and she was a big girl, about a size 4.
Size 14.
And she comes in with like
big fat person.
She comes in with 10 to 12 presents for me.
Get out of here.
10 to 12 presents for me.
Ooh, how embarrassing.
In front of everybody. And I'm like, oh, my God. I just didn't even want to be seen with the girl. She was such a mess.
You want to punch her in the face when she walked in?
Badly. And
Watch a little gift just go flying as she falls on her fat ass.
Ooh,
I'm there with my cousin and I think one of my brothers, and we're just getting hammered and just, checking out the talent and the rest of the place, and this girl is just really, really blowing up my spot.
Yeah.
And so I'm talking to some girls with my cousin, and she's behind me with her her birthday gifts, and she's getting really mad because I'm not paying her attention. And I'm not opening her gifts because, first of all, it's just awkward.
Yeah.
It really is awkward, and I don't want to give her the time of day. Like, if now I open up her gifts, now what?
Right,
Now
you
what
have
is
a
she expecting? Right. She starts jumping up and down and stomping behind me to the point she made a scene. They had to get her out of the place.
Holy shit, really?
Yeah. And then I would talk about, jogging and stuff on my show, whatever, that I was running around the neighborhood. She figured out my exact route and would just conveniently be there. Sometimes hanging out on the corner in her car, other times just beeping as she went by. It got really weird.
And people don't understand that it's because of your job, so they think, well, he must have, done something with her. You look at the fat girl bringing in 10 gifts.
Absolutely
Normal
not.
person looking around is probably thinking,
absolutely not, right.
He must have slept with this chick or something. So how embarrassing.
Right. So you know how it ended? I swear to you.
You shot her. I hope.
She was in a horrific car accident.
Wow. Are you kidding?
I got word from, I don't even remember. This story goes way back, and I don't remember. Maybe another fan or someone that knew her. Someone that obviously knew I was concerned about this situation called up and said, you don't have to worry about her anymore. I'm like, why? She was in a horrific car accident. She won't be doing much of anything for the next few years.
So did she die or no?
I don't know. I never heard from her again.
Would you like to know what happened to her?
No. I forgot all about it until this Miriam chick. That's the beauty of the show. Like, all of a sudden, something will spark a memory, Like yesterday, talking about The Shining, and Anthony, your brother, called up with that whole Psycho thing.
Yeah.
I've been working with you for 10 years. I wish I had that ammunition a lot earlier.
Never knew about the Psycho thing. Yeah, a couple of people on the message boards were making photoshops of me in the shower. Psycho shower. It was me in there.
Yeah.
Bastards.
So
it was very creepy.
Did everybody go to the Rosie message board?
Oh, no.
Someone sent me a link last night.
Oh, no.
The pests were out.
The pests?
You have to be kind of mild because they kind of censor every post.
Uh-huh.
So,
it's got to be subtle, right?
Yeah, but Ben Sparks had a few things to say.
Oh, Ben had some...
So did Old Gravy Leg and Scott from Modesto. That shit makes me laugh harder.
Oh, yeah, just the names. A bunch of pests.
Hey, we got a lot of psychologists out there. Oh. They're actually just fans of the show, but they know probably more than psychologists. Mm-hmm. Joe from Jersey, what's up?
Yeah, how's it going, guys?
Hey.
Hey, I was wondering if that's when Opie got his anti-gift attitude way back when from that chick.
I never thought of it that way, but you might be onto something. I always feel weird when people hand us gifts, unless it's something cool that I could use. It's always something dumb. And I know I should be appreciative and all that, but shut up. Who out there is really appreciative when they get a gift they hate?
It gets thrown away. Just telling you.
All right, Joe. Thank you.
RNF Party Rock.
I mean, people are starting to send me a lot of Nirvana stuff. I don't care if you're a stalker as long as you give me the cool Nirvana stuff.
You'll keep that.
Hell yeah, I will.
People hand me stuff, and like I said before, the second you're out of sight, I ditch it.
Like mine.
The second you're out of sight, it just gets
What do you mean like yours, Eric?
Gave him a birthday present.
You threw Eric's birthday...
I don't know where it is.
Wait, what happened, Eric?
I think I put it on the desk.
Nah, I gave him this, it was kind of a goof thing, this T-shirt.
What was I supposed to do? Put it on and thank you?
No. I knew it was. I knew. That's why I bought it, because I knew you were going to get rid of it, and that's what happened.
You bought it?
I don't buy that.
You bought it? I thought you received it and just kind of passed it on.
No. I picked it up when I saw it. I was like, he'll get the laugh out of this, and I knew it was going to get thrown out.
What was it?
I'm with Jimmy. I heard what you just said. I'm not buying it, and I'm with Jimmy. You did not buy this shirt thinking that he wasn't going to...
Yeah, I did.
No way.
What was the last time I wore a T-shirt?
What did the shirt say again?
Like 1999.
What was the shirt of?
It had that painter from PBS on it.
It was Bob Ross T-shirt. Who's wearing a Bob Ross T-shirt today?
Danny.
Is it the shirt?
No, it's a different shirt.
Oh,
Danny,
it is?
Danny got a different one.
Oh.
Coincidentally enough.
Oh, there it is.
I'm wearing mine. But this is the one. This is the one that Eric got for you for your birthday.
It's very lovely.
What was your birthday?
Would I ever wear it?
It has that.
Happy birthday! I didn't know that.
It has that like mid-70s feel to it.
It has that iron-on applique kind of look to it.
Exactly.
Like an iron-on, and it's Bob Ross, and it says Happy Trees underneath it. Now, that's very funny. I like Bob Ross. I think he's hysterical. But I would never wear that. And I would assume you would know I would never wear that.
That's exactly why I got it.
Oh,
okay. You would never wear it.
Look at Jimmy's going, no.
No, that's a cool shirt, actually.
Hey, let's sign it and put it on eBay.
All right.
I would buy that thinking Ant would wear it because of the Bob Ross bit that he came up with a long time ago. That's why you would get that. I think Ant would enjoy the irony and put it on and be silly about it.
I probably wouldn't, no.
Why don't let's sign it and we'll throw it up on eBay.
There you go. There's an idea.
You'll get your $5 back, Eric.
You'll get your money back,
All right,
Eric.
I didn't know it was your birthday. I felt bad. I didn't wish you a happy birthday.
Ant doesn't like.
Kind of blow off.
Anthony doesn't like anyone acknowledging his birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Anthony. Happy birthday to you.
You're awful.
You really are the worst.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Wait, here comes the laugh. And many more.
Hey, Brian from Delaware, what's up?
I just wanted to tell you boys about Rosie's blog getting pretty beat up last night by some of the pretty funny names, like you said earlier, Panda Legs and...
Panda Legs.
Yeah, Panda Legs, I forgot that one.
One of my favorite posts on there was from Howard S., who says her movie reminded him a lot like this familiar movie, Private Parts. And now his girlfriend is Beth, and Rosie's character's name is Beth, and you're ripping me off.
All right, Brian, thank you.
Someone named Jim Norton tried to post, but I don't know if the post actually went through because they have to look at it first.
Oh, let me sign that shirt.
All right, why don't we take our first break? Why not?
Hey, boy.
Why not?
All righty. Have we discussed, because, of course, clothing and whatnot, another great segue. Have we discussed buying underwear that is not just Fruit of the Loom underwear?
No.
No? Because I don't know what is in the underwear makers' minds, but it's embarrassing. It's like they don't want guys to buy their product. I've kind of gotten past the point that I want to buy Fruit of the Loom underwear. I don't know. I kind of want to step up a little notch and maybe buy some of the Calvin Klein underwear. What? Just it's better made. I'll tell you where I'm going. It's just it's made better. It's not just like the stupid rubber bands around your legs and waistband that Fruit of the Loom has.
Wait, boxer briefs you want to start buying?
Well, yeah, boxer briefs, things like that, but just like name brand kind of underwear that's made of thicker material. It's nicer.
And I gotta step in.
Uh-huh.
I mean, honestly, logically, that makes sense. Uh-huh. And to the people out there that are new to the show and they don't really know you, they're like, yeah, this sounds very normal.
Sure.
I've known you for a long time, and you're just not the same person. What is going on in your head?
I'm just treating myself to a few of the nicer things in life.
Do you realize this is the 38th day in a row that you haven't worn the same shirt?
I wasn't counting.
We're keeping track now.
I wasn't counting, but thank you.
So you're shopping for some silk Versace boxers and...
Well, no, not silk. It's cotton. But if you notice, the material's thicker.
Mm-hmm.
It's more comfortable. And they don't stretch out around the legs and stuff. It's not the underwear you wore when you were 6 years old. You know what I mean? You kind of move up a little bit.
Right.
But these things are almost impossible to shop for. You go to the store. They don't come in little, like, plastic bags. They come in boxes. And there's a couple or three in the box. But have you looked at the pictures on the boxes?
Yes.
No. You walk into the underwear section, and now I want to buy the underwear, but I don't want to peruse through gay pornography. It is like you are looking at the covers of gay porn DVDs. You can't, and you're looking at them. You're a man standing there with your arms crossed looking at these guys in their underwear with armadillos shoved down the front of them.
With huge hogs.
Giant hogs poking through these underwear, and that's all they're wearing.
Poking and wanting.
Tanned washboard abs.
Straining is a word I would choose.
Biceps. Smile. They're smiling at you and kind of winking.
All they want to do is just breathe.
It is... You don't want to look. You don't want to shop. So you're looking at them, and now you got to go, maybe these. And you're thinking... Why am I going from this to this? What makes this box better? Is the guy cuter on the box?
Because he has that look of just wanting on his face.
It is. It's it's pornography. It's homosexual porn.
That's really funny.
On the boxes, and I just want to buy the goddamn underwear. But it makes it impossible. So now you're walking to the register holding 5 boxes of nude men. And you put it on the counter, and there they are, staring back at you. Thanks for the purchase.
I bought underpants from the Gap recently, and I took them home, and it looked okay on the thing, like you're talking.
Mm-hmm.
Then I put them on, and then proceeded to throw them away.
Well, really?
Yeah, because the ones I got from the Gap make me look like I have one of those European bathing suits on. I don't know what
like
the hell happened.
Like a Speedo?
Not a Speedo. It's like, it's almost like hot pants for guys. The only way I could explain it. It's like to here. And it didn't look like that on
Did it look like a bikini?
Packaging. Not a
bottom
bikini.
with a cut like that?
It's
or?
like the hot pants the girls wear, but just picture it a little looser so it would look, I guess, okay on a guy.
There's real hot underwear that chicks wear.
Boy shorts?
Yeah, those short things with the frills on the bottom and around the top. That is like the hottest fucking underwear that girls can wear. The little short thing.
I love those boy shorts.
Isn't that great?
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah. So when your chick is buying your underwear, that's fine. She could go up. There's the guy with the pecs and the abs and the muscles and the wanting look and the perfect hair and the huge goddamn python shoved down the front of his Calvin Kleins. But to have to look at this, because you can't just walk up, grab it, and walk up to the register. You have to stand in front of this huge display of nude men and look at them. Mm-hmm. What's the size on this one? Maybe this style.
You go. Have you gone into Abercrombie and Fitch lately?
No.
With the big blown up posters of boys topless.
God. Why are we exposed to this?
What is going? I just want a pair of jeans.
You just want some clothes, and you gotta look at gay pornography. You're right.
There's something going on with Abercrombie and Fitch because it's mostly topless boys and the big posters on the walls. Every once in a while,
hair to be found.
Every once in a while, they throw a girl at you, but in general, it's these like I don't know. I guess they're supposed to be 16, 17-year-old boys topless. What the?
Oh dear! Oh dear!
What the? Who the? What the?
You will be molested.
Hey, Craig, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, fellas?
Hey.
Hey, no, I agree with Anthony, man. I'm a personal trainer. I'm a big boy. I'm like 6'1", 220, very athletic. And I got to buy those Calvin Klein ones, and it's terribly uncomfortable just going in there, staring at nude men, trying to pick up some draws.
Yeah, it makes you yearn for the day of just grabbing that Fruit of the Loom in that plastic bag at a Dwayne Reed or something And just, wear that.
And get out of there.
You don't want to stand in front of 100 boxes with nude men on them. It's men in their underwear with huge hogs, and you got to stand there and pick and choose.
Yeah,
and you feel like, all right, what style should I get? Should I get the one that's cut this way or that way? And the only way you have to make that decision is to look at the guy. Well, it looks hot on him. You don't want to have to be put in the position where you're looking and deciding what underwear you want because it looks hot on that man. No. Just put a picture of the underwear on there. You ever seen The Invisible Man? You ever seen an Invisible Man movie?
Yes.
A movie. I'm like, how can you see The Invisible Man?
Of course not, Opie.
I saw a hat once.
Silly.
Yeah, I saw a hat just floating by.
Glasses and gauze. But he can walk around in his underwear, but all you see is the underwear.
In the snow once. Jesus.
That's it. I've seen him. He produces this radio show.
Hey, quick question.
That's what I want to see on the box. Just the underwear.
Hold on, bro. What?
Just the underwear as if the Invisible Man was wearing it.
All right.
Put it on there and just have it take out the person. So now you're looking at the underwear itself, not on a guy. No guy is going in and buying it because the guy looked good on the package. Have women wearing the goddamn men's underwear. How about that? Then I'd look and go, ooh.
You'd feel gay then. Then you feel like a fag buying these because they're on chicks.
No, but it's the chick wearing men's underwear, So it's like, all right, I see what style it is, how it's cut, how far down the leg it comes, things like that. But it also is a pleasure to look at.
Sure is.
And you could take it home and save the box to Jack, too.
There you go. Craig, what's up again?
Hey, one last thing. You guys mentioned Abercrombie & Fitch. Yeah. I've never been in that store because, one, the pictures are appalling, but two, that just seems like the whitest white guy store.
Well, are you a white guy?
By no means.
Were you going to go out and buy some FUBU?
Oh, of course not. But I mean, like, that store, I don't know. Everybody looks the same in that store, like you guys were hinting yesterday.
Oh, you shop at Banana Republic, don't you?
Actually, kind of all over the place. Like I said, I'm a big guy, so it's hard to find clothes that fit.
You're right about Abercrombie & Fitch. I'll take a peek. They got some stuff that other people aren't really wearing. That's what I go for, I guess.
All right, fellas, punching up.
All right, Craig.
Party rock.
We got to go back to. All right, yeah, we'll do this. Mark from Queens, what's up?
Are you guys insane? I think you guys are absolutely nuts, and this whole Howard Hughes lifestyle's gone to your head. What happened to just going into Target, ripping off a 3-pack of fucking Fruit of the Loom, and just walking out the door?
I gotta disagree with you, dude.
Abercrombie and Fitch and the Gap to buy underwear. You go into Target, 1, 2, 3, you're done. That's it.
My God, let me tell you something. I mean, going to the Gap for underwear, it gets a lot worse than that. I mean, you do like the Ralph Lauren or the Perry Ellis, and that underwear is way up there.
Yep.
I mean,
Four words, gentlemen: Hanes and Fruit of the Loom.
No, I know what I'm saying was I just wanted to step up a notch as far as my underwear went. I didn't like Fruit of the Looms. The material's very thin. The elastic isn't very good. I just wanted a few pairs of comfy, thick, cottony underwear. Why not? Why not put some of your most valuable items that you own, your cock and balls, into something a little nicer?
Why are you spending so much time on underwear shopping? You know you're only going to wear it once.
And then throw them away. Then I incinerate them.
Look, Jimmy's nodding.
Dirty underwear. No. I wear, they get washed and I wear them again.
Yeah, sure you do.
But, and it's not like
Dude, you threw away a couch because it had a booger on it.
Yes, it did.
You know what's going on in your underwear?
Not people wiping their boogers in there. It's my own stuff going on in there, and they get washed. That's all I'm saying.
But do they really get washed?
Of course they do. They get bleached. The bleach gets in there and washes all the dirt away. Washes all the dirty memories. All the dirty things.
Anthony needs everything bleached now.
It's got to be bleached.
He's bleaching his hands.
No, look, I'm not saying all I wear. I'm wearing Fruit of the Looms right now. I'm not saying all I wear are these underwear. But occasionally, especially if you're maybe going out and dressed nicely, you want to complete the whole thing with some very nice underwear.
Go ahead, Jimmy.
Fruit of the Looms are awful, and people have to start realizing.
Thank you, Jimmy.
They look like diapers, and I'm sorry, but you have to understand, folks, we're fancy people. Get used to it.
We're fancy people? Fancy.
Fancy people.
What a lame word.
I gotta tell you something.
I am fancy.
I thought this was like just a throwaway subject. The phones have exploded.
Because I've hit a nerve.
They've absolutely exploded. Let's go to Christine on Long Island. Christine?
Hi, guys. I want to say you guys are complaining because for, maybe 2 years you have to look at half-naked men in advertising when women have been doing it for, 30. Oh, you think I want to look at a woman bouncing around in a bikini to sell a soda?
Yeah, but that's hot, and all girls have that lesbian thing in them.
Right. Girls don't mind as much looking at nude or semi-nude girls.
I
that's
totally
for sure.
agree with Anthony. There's something going on with you girls. You guys could get naked together. You could you kiss your girlfriends when you're out drinking and stuff. And
me and Opie barely ever kiss.
I was the ones who are the floor lesbian. I've never kissed my girlfriend because we're in a bar together. It's different to dance with a girl or to hang out with a girl, but
I guess this is the new trend though in advertising is to get the guys with less clothes on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's supposed to sell to guys? Well, it's trying to show guys, you'll look like this in this, which is unrealistic.
It is no. First of all, you got to be delusional to think you can ever attain that look. They're models. They're paid huge amounts of money to look like that. And it's genetics and the gay lifestyle and the gym.
You want to see someone that looks hot in underpants? Get a copy of Yellow Discipline.
That's right.
There you go. Now you're talking. The Average Joe.
I was at that photo shoot. I've never laughed harder.
That really wasn't
there was this really, really hot photographer.
Put that on the Calvin Klein box.
Oh, my God. This really hot photographer that had all these great ideas for Jim Norton's Yellow Discipline CD, Yellow Roses, and got him kind of like a James Bond type suit to wear. Nice. And so Jimmy goes back behind the curtain to change, and he comes walking out with just his underpants on, pulled as high as he possibly can. His gut at the time just
awful,
overtaking all the underwear, so all that's just sticking out.
Of course.
And he's basically going, "I'm ready. Here's
Ready.
what I want to do." And the picture's up on. I guess it's up on your websites, right?
Somewhere, yeah.
Yeah, go to eatabullet.com.
I don't know
really
how
fun.
young, almost completely nude men are selling to other men. How the average guy that wants to walk in and get dressed, buy some clothes, is making a decision based on these nude men.
That's so.
I don't get it.
You nailed it. It's funny, and you have to deal with it now. Matt from Jersey, what's up?
How's it going, guys?
Hey.
I just wanted to say, Opie, you're right about Abercrombie. Not only is it the guys on the wall that are shirtless, but then you get the stuff from the store, and the bag they give you usually has two shirtless guys playing volleyball with each other, and then you got to walk through the mall with these two naked guys on the bag. It's awful, and you catch a glimpse of yourself in the mirror.
Oh, my God.
I forgot about the bag.
Now you have to walk through the mall with the bag with gay porn on it.
That's hilarious.
You can't even put it in the bag and get away.
Yeah, because do those two guys really want to be playing volleyball?
Yeah.
Running into the ocean with a surfboard, and then you got to look like that as you walk through the mall.
You should just be walking around with a bag with a picture of a guy sucking another man's cock on it. Yeah, just did some shopping.
Well, did you see the new bag they have now where there's not two guys anymore, there's only one, and he's walking out of St. Vincent's with a tear on his face?
Jesus. You're just an awful human being. You really are.
Oh, Christ.
Let's go to Rooster, the trucker. Rooster.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Hey, good.
Hey, first of all, I'd like to say it's so refreshing having you guys on the air. Howard, Mancow, they suck. Anyway, it's bad enough going into a mall and seeing pictures of guys, but I was in a mall in Chicago, and they have half-nude live models on the floor, men and women. Yeah.
That's what you need. That's going to sell.
That really sucks when you walk with your lady past some guy standing right there with his underwear hanging out.
I know nothing about marketing or anything like this, but as far as men's underwear goes, I bet you they would sell a lot more if they made these boxes less provocative with the men on them. I bet, because there are guys, believe me, there are guys that will not buy them because they will not walk up to that display and pick up a box with this naked guy on it and with his huge hog in his underwear. There are guys that will not do it just for that reason.
Well, someone is. That was a good point. Someone was saying, but they hung up, that they're actually marketing this stuff for the girlfriends and the wives.
Is that what it is?
Because maybe they're the ones doing a lot of the shopping.
Doing the shopping.
Yeah.
Well, I must say that I had my girlfriend with me, and she's the one. I made her take the boxes of underwear off the shelf and bring them up to the register. I did not want to hold these and carry them around the store.
That's a good point. I bet you that's what they're going for. The girls are out there doing all the shopping and taking care of their
How much
men.
underwear do the girls buy for men? Like, is it are more girls buying their underwear for men, or do more men buy their own underwear?
Dude,
because then that would make sense.
I only started buying clothes for myself 2 years ago.
You still? I know, me too.
So, you know, that person might be onto something there. Scott from Jersey, what's up?
My mother would buy me the underwear. 2 seconds, Scott. My mother would buy me the designer underwear for Christmas.
Right.
So I would open up the present at Grandma's house when we all get together on Christmas Eve, and it was embarrassing there, too, because I open it up, and I'm like, oh, and I got to pick up this box. There's a guy with a huge hog on it, and like, thanks, Mom.
Yeah, Christmas.
Thanks for the man with the huge hog picture.
Anthony, show everyone what you got.
I got this picture.
Ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching.
Yeah, gay pornography. Mommy got me gay pornography.
Scott from Jersey, what's up?
Hey, guys. For about 6 months between high school and college, I actually was I was an underwear model for J. Crew.
Ooh.
Yeah, great, thanks. Now, you guys got to think about one of these photo shoots. Now, when you're talking about the armadillo in the front of the guy's pants, first of all, if you think about what you look like when you're just wearing underwear, it doesn't look quite as round. I mean, there's some hills and valleys in there. So they actually place little pieces in there to make it perfectly round. Not a full piece, but...
So you got the G.I. Joe or the Ken doll kind of bulge going, but no real distinction of balls or...
What is it, some kind of like a cup almost?
No, it's like an epoxy. Like it's like so it's perfectly rounded, but it's not like hard. It's almost like a gift because it's got to look a little like skin. And then think about me. I'm standing there, and you got this guy who's undoubtedly gay, who's shoving this stuff around my junk, molding around. I mean, because I don't do it myself. They have to mold it perfectly, like they were doing a sculpture.
Ooh.
It's obscene.
Ooh.
But it's so you guys buy it, but it is marketed towards girls. It's not marketed towards guys. I'm a heterosexual male. I like to say that on the air.
You better say that if you're discussing. Yeah, whatever. All right, Scott, thank you.
Punch it out.
Bye.
A lot of times I'll go to the store like Abercrombie or something like that, and I'll see the clothes of the guys with those shirts, and I think like I want to look like that, like because the girls will like me better.
Sure.
Because I want to look like Ashton.
Let's say hi to
You
Derek.
want that body without the shirt? You want to play volleyball?
I want the hair like that and stuff. It's cool.
Derek from Kentucky, what's up?
What's up, man?
Hey.
Hey, Ope, I got to call you out on something.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's see. You've been getting on Ant about shopping, buying all these nice clothes because he's changing. What's up with you shopping at the Gap for underwear all of a sudden? Are you going here to look at the gay guys, or what the hell's going on?
No, I take a peek at the Gap every once in a while. I needed some underwear. I went over there. Honestly, I don't remember seeing any of these pictures that Anthony is discussing at the Gap. It might be there. I'm not sure, but
I deny it too.
No, you can see them anywhere, dude. You can see it in Macy's. It's a friggin' Macy's. You go in there, and they have the underwear section, and they're just loaded with these boxes, and every designer box has the gay guy with the huge hog. Every single one.
I find this amazing that Anthony knows where all these gay guys hang out at.
Well, say that again?
I find it kind of amazing that Ant seems to know where all these gay guys hang out at.
I'm not saying gay guys hang out. I say the gay guys on the boxes.
All right, Derek's...
Exactly.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Jackass.
People out there are going to have to start getting used to it. This is a ritzy operation.
Ritzy.
We're ritzy?
And we like to be fancy.
That's right. You're dealing with fancy people here.
Ugh, why'd you change the picture? I just went, ooh. Go back.
Nice.
There you go.
Nice.
That's underwear.
Very nice.
Look at that.
Nice.
Young lady.
Matching bra and panties. Nice little blue.
Yeah, click the next one.
Very frilly.
Nice.
Now go forward.
Jesus, Eric, you have no idea how to do a radio bit, do you? And then we were going to scream.
Ooh, that guy's got a leopard tattoo coming out of his underwear.
Travis from Oklahoma City.
Ugh.
Hey, man, I just want to know why the first caller on this subject was calling in to talk about all this homoerotic stuff being offensive, but he described his body type He might as well have just put Mel from Mel before that. Punching out.
All right.
Wait.
I think we have exhausted this subject all of a sudden.
That was a good call.
We're going to try Oklahoma City again. We're going to go to Mark. Mark, what's up?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hey, man.
We're getting a lot of calls from Oklahoma City. What's that about?
Yeah, like it.
Oh, us Hicks like y'all, man. We're waiting for Jimmy to come down here and do a show.
Yeah.
I'd like to eventually get out to the Midwest.
Yeah, we need this show to grow just a little bit more, and then there's going to be a lot of things opening up for us.
You like barbecue, Jimmy? We'll take you to a good place and get you stuff full of it.
Oh, thank you, mister.
Anyhow, I had this theory going back a little bit about how Anthony's turning into Howard Hughes. You remember that movie Creep Show?
Yes.
You remember the very last part of it? The guy that was up in the apartment that was like a real germaphobe.
What's the matter, Mr. Pratt? Bugs got your tongue?
So I think Anthony's starting to turn that way a little bit. I just wonder if you guys have one of those little vacuum things up there in your studio.
Where the tissues get sucked down? That was a great one, man. The guy was all paranoid of bugs and bacteria, and he lived in this antiseptic environment in his apartment, and the cockroaches came and got him.
Anthony's just appreciating and enjoying his life these days.
That's it.
It's a little strange for us as we look on, but I think he's just enjoying himself and appreciating.
Not even that deep. I still do exactly the same stuff I used to do. I just, for some reason,
you dress very nice.
I try to dress
for a morning show.
I have a theory also.
What can I say?
I don't know.
I have a theory for Opie.
Yeah.
Okay, you remember a few months ago you were talking about going into some restaurants. I guess they might have been mafia related or something.
Oh yeah.
And you said you had this stalker girl that had a car wreck.
Yeah.
Did you put out a contract for somebody to cut her brakes or something? Have a good one, guys.
All right, very good.
Thank you, Mark.
Yeah, why don't we move on, I guess?
Oklahoma. Yeah.
And what's next? Taking Opie to the Hamptons. Abercrombie is for the girls in the store. Did it all start on Rodeo Drive for Anthony?
No.
Brother-in-law is gay, and he collects the boxes?
Oh, come on.
Tail Rider from whackbag.com. What's up, buddy?
What's up, brothers?
Is this...
My brother-in-law is a shitdick, and...
Wait a minute, your brother-in-law?
Brother-in-law, shitdick!
All right, hold on, let's start with that. How is that pot? No. Wait, brother-in-law, so he's married to your sister?
No, he's married to the gay guy's sister.
Right. He married the sister of the gay guy.
Your wife's brother is a Mo.
Wait,
Thank you, Jimmy.
Oh, okay, Jesus.
His wife's brother.
Nice
he buzz, though.
Him and his boys, man, they collect that fucking shit. They got the boxes. They keep the boxes around. They got the advertisements. It's like jerky material for them or something.
Just plastered on the wall. Cut them all out and put them up on your wall.
Make a collage.
Ooh, a collage.
It's just sickening, man. Except for the one guy on the Calvin's box. He's, like, cool to have around.
All right, Tail Rider.
I talk to him and give me advice.
Phone's heavy.
Here's what you got to do, Jimmy.
Phones have exploded. Why don't we take a break? We'll see where we're at with the phones when we get back. Also, Drew Curtis is here from Fark.com. He's been waiting out there for like 40 minutes. We'll get him in a few seconds here, a few minutes, whatever. And what?
It's up on Foundry now.
Here, speak.
The Anthony song, Gun Electric Shock OJ, up on Foundry
memories.
right now.
The old days.
Eric working on. Very cool. And our first show?
Yep.
Man, I want to play that on the air.
Ooh.
WBAB.
Well, I'm just waiting for people to, know all the players before we play the first show you and I have ever done.
I'm so eager.
It's hilarious.
I'm just happy to be there.
Oh, we both could get
eager to please.
We could both get just destroyed. What we should do is that, obviously Jimmy will be here and maybe get a couple of the other guys in and we'll play. Yeah, Voss. Voss would be a good one. Jimmy and Voss.
I'm laughing too hard at things. And
Are you really?
Oh, yeah.
You want to get
happy and
I just
slapping.
wanted to, yeah. Yeah. Ugh.
You want to do the first show? All right, the next time Voss could get in here, we'll play the first show Anthony and I ever did. It's quick because it's an air check. I mean, it's probably 15 minutes of material.
Yeah.
But hours of fun for Rich Voss, Jim Norton, and the fans.
Rip us apart.
All right.
Believe me.
As we go to break, Anthony, for the new listeners, $100,000 from our Demented World CD.
Hey!
Someone was mentioning the other day that we should be playing some of these things for the new fans now that we're off the premium channel. Here's a time in Boston that we gave away $100,000.
Hi, who's this?
Hey, it's Craig from Waltham.
Hey, Craig, guess what?
Oh, did I win?
You are the 107th caller.
No way! I won! What? No way! You're kidding, right?
107th.
Oh, wow!
107th caller. Congratulations.
$100,000! Oh, my God!
You just won $100,000, bro.
Oh, Jesus. Do you know what I'm going to do with that?
What are you going to do with the $100,000?
Oh, man, the first thing, I have this old... Oh, I cannot... Jesus, I got to...
Calm down. Calm yourself.
I am the winner! I'm the winner!
Well, what are you going to do with $100,000, bro?
I got this... Oh, man, I got this box for a truck. I've got to get a new one. A new...
Wait, dude. How are you going to do that with a candy bar?
What?
How are you going to do that with a candy bar? We just gave you a $100,000 candy bar.
What do you mean?
We gave away $100,000. It's a candy bar, bro. Congratulations.
What?
You just won a candy bar.
Hey, what the f*** you been... I've been listening to f***ing radio for like 3 hours, man. You said $100,000.
Yeah, $100,000. We gave you a candy bar.
That's a candy
Congratulations,
bar.
buddy.
Oh, you guys are a bunch of douchebags. Hey.
Congratulations, man.
Uh-oh. Like sands through the hourglass, so is the O&A virus.
Hey la, Opie and Anthony are back. Hey la, Opie and Anthony are back. Everybody. Hey la, O and A are back. Hey la, Opie and Anthony are back.
That's it?
I'm so glad Opie and Anthony are back. Now I can show the hemorrhoid in my ass crack.
Stop it!
I'm so glad Opie and Anthony are back. I can show my titties and the hemorrhoid in my ass crack.
Wow.
O and A are back.
God damn it, are you fucking with me?
They're on XM satellite radio.
Now pull my fucking hand over there. I said check
now
yourself.
I can say
now lean
fuck
forward
and
choke yourself.
cunt and pussy, you know. He's got a real big cock. I'm so glad O and A are back.
Oh, no.
I can show my pussy and my hemorrhoid in my ass crack. Yeah, hallelujah, they're back. Oh, the world won't be the same. Yeah, let's smoke some crack. Opie and Anthony are back. I'm so glad they're back. I can show my ass crack. They are back.
What have we got here?
They are back.
What is your name?
I need a dentist. I need a dentist. I need a dentist.
If we want to book you, do we call who? Broadway Danny Rose?
Opie and Anthony, the virus is spreading.
You're checking out the Opie and Anthony program. We got Drew Curtis from Fart.com. We're going to get him in a couple minutes here. But what were you saying over there, Jimmy?
Just this article on Imus, and it said old fool Imus strikes back from page 6. Don Imus didn't like being called a cantankerous old fool by MSNBC's Contessa Brewer on page 6. She's a former newsreader on Imus's show, and she said the I-Man doesn't know how to relate to beautiful women. And then Imus responded and just trashed her. And of course, MSNBC spokesman...
Well, wait. You should say...
Oh, I was hoping that Ant would do...
Oh, the quote?
The I-Man, yeah, because I can't do Imus.
Yeah, she said the I-Man doesn't know how to relate to beautiful women. And he said, with that fat ass she's got, she wouldn't be one of them. That skank has to spend 3 hours a day with makeup in the morning. Who's she kidding? Yeah. Plus, she's dumber than dirt. Oh, my God, what a pig. But I was willing to cut her some slack and not say anything, until, in fact, I didn't say anything. That's why they have those big double doors here at MSNBC, so they can get her fat ass in makeup. Yeah.
An MSNBC spokesman said Contessa Brewer is a valued and respected employee. While Don Imus' humor is often brilliant and provocative, we believe this morning's comments about Contessa went over the line. We have expressed our displeasure to Don.
Does she have a fat ass? If he said she's got a fat ass, she probably got a fat ass. Because as guys hanging out, they probably looked and said, hey, she got a fat ass.
It's all relative, man. A lot of these fat chicks don't realize they're fat.
Yep.
Just that's the way MSNBC responds. It's just a few corporate faggots.
She could call him a cantankerous old fool, but he can't say she got a fat ass. Hey, you're going to dish it out there, honey. Got to be able to take it.
Yeah, well, they went a little bit over the line, we thought.
Over the line. We have expressed our displeasure with Don. Like he gives a shit.
He doesn't give a crap about any of you.
Care less. I hope he spit at them on the way out the door.
Bravo. I'm going to have to call Mr. Imus today.
Guy's been through it all.
Oh, my God, what a pig, he called her. How great is
what
that?
a pig. He does not give a shit about anything. The guy doesn't care about being politically incorrect, doesn't care about losing his job, doesn't care. He just goes in there, speaks his mind, and you got to respect the man for that.
That's why I love the guy.
Yep.
He's not performing and putting on a fake personality like Howard Stern does. This guy's the real deal. How he is on the radio is how he is off air. He's just a miserable old fuck.
Cantankerous old fool. She wasn't wrong.
I wouldn't call him a fool.
No, of course not. He's great.
He's actually very, very intelligent.
Cantankerous and old, but call him a fool.
He doesn't fake it. He's not putting on a little radio persona. That's Imus.
He called her a pig. Oh my God, what a pig.
It'd be great if he was on XM. Yeah, that what a fat cunt. It'd be great to hear him say that. Fat ass.
Contessa Brewer.
Oh.
This reminds me of something I read over the weekend, and I think I threw the paper out.
Easy with that language, darn it.
Hey.
Damn it! Damn it to hell!
I know, why did I say darn it? They were talking about Playboy, and the Playboy offices, they're starting to, to get serious there with sexual harassment and all that.
At Playboy?
At Playboy.
We're doomed.
The political correctness has gotten to the Playboy offices now.
We've been overrun.
Where they have a whole, I really need the article, but basically I guess it's a whole pamphlet from Human Resources about not hanging things in your cubicle and in your office that might offend somebody. And I'm thinking, am I reading about, whatever...
Smith Barney.
Yeah, thank you. Smith Barney? No, we're talking about the Playboy offices. It's gotten that bad?
Can't hang up your underwear boxes in your cubicle.
I've seen a change in the radio world. It's ridiculous that there's a human resource department to begin with. We're just a bunch of dopes, and now we have to make sure all the windows are covered up and stuff if we're going to have any nudity in here or anything a little too outrageous. I walk around like, this is radio, right? We're doing a radio show, right?
It's hostile.
How did it get to the point that people actually were able to wield the power to stop you from hanging up a pin-up or some kind of a joke on one of those dittos, in your cubicle? Telling a joke at the old water cooler that might be a little racy, because it makes the workplace uncomfortable for some people.
It makes the workplace uncomfortable for one person.
Right.
It's always one asshole at your office.
And now, because of it, the entire workplace has to be uncomfortable because now you got to worry about every little thing you say, everyone you look at, everyone you speak to, everything you hang up, things like that. Now that's making the workplace uncomfortable for everybody.
It has always been one asshole that wrecks it in your office.
You got to protect that one idiot.
Maybe two, maybe tops. You're so right.
And
so
it's
now everyone else
used,
has to suffer.
Now it's used as a threat also. Now it's used because if a woman's doing her job and then all of a sudden she screws up and gets fired, they can always come back and say, well, I was constantly being harassed on the job. And so now it's just used as some kind of weapon. It's not even what it's supposed to be there for, which I don't agree with anyway. Make the workplace more comfortable. You know what it is? You go into work somewhere. If you don't like it, leave. Quit. You don't like the work environment? Go to another one. Find one you like. Find a bunch of douchebags just like you that'll hang out and talk about whatever. Something that's going to make you comfortable.
Talk about kittens and how cute they are.
There you go. Talk about little kitty cats.
Kitty cat. You know, now that we're on satellite radio, one of the best things ever emailed to me was the kitten thing.
Oh, yeah, it was pretty funny. That was a good one.
I forget exactly. It's, some computer geek out there will help me with the story, but basically it's one of these, mass emails you get, and you click on it, and it's a little slideshow of cute kittens.
Cute little kittens.
And you're like, where's this going? And it's just one kitten after another. I know where it's going. Okay, I got it. I got the setup. This is something you send to those women in the office that just don't have a sense of humor and would find some interest in just looking at a slideshow of kittens. That's right. Okay. So it's one cute kitten after another. Then there's two playing with a ball of yarn, what have you.
Three looking out over the edge of a basket.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Then all of a sudden it breaks into a graphic that just says the boss is a cunt.
And it screams.
And it screams at you, and you cannot turn off your computer.
The boss is a cunt! The boss is a cunt! The boss is a cunt!
And you can't shut it down?
We played
hysterical.
We play that at WNEW at nausea, man. Every time Ken Stevens walked by our office, we would play it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the guy had a great sense of humor and supported us
but
all the way to the end. But
in a hostile workplace, how that would really be impressive.
But it gets back at these, these losers that spoil it for everyone because they think they're looking at cute kittens, and next thing you know, the screen changes and just screams this at you.
Have you had the shit scared out of you with these other ones?
Oh,
the ones that say, look at this cool thing, or you got to look closely because you could see this ghost. If you look closely at this picture, and you could hear it too, turn your computer up real loud, and then you're looking, trying to figure it out, and out of nowhere this creepy face pops up and goes, ah! Scares the shit out of me every time.
And then it laughs and does Boston gossip and goes away.
Tom Brady.
Just don't forget your sports jacket for your closing. And giving advice. Jesus.
I'm closing my apartment on Friday. And Ben said I should wear a sports coat.
A sports coat to your closing?
Yeah.
Look like a sharp guy.
Yeah. Hello, folks. Here to do a little closing. How are you, sir? James Norton here. Closing.
Let's get down to brass tacks, sir.
Shall we? Yuck.
Why is Drew Curtis still waiting out there?
Yeah, bring in Drew.
Eric, it's a joke. Relax.
We got to ask him about his viewers, I guess you'd call them, on his website, because they have a little post here. It says Drew to sit in on the Opie and Anthony radio show tomorrow, 8 o'clock Eastern. Farkers, Fark.com. I guess they call themselves Farkers.
I don't like that because it implies something else.
God, we need a name for our fans.
Douchebags, pests, assholes,
pedophiles, Amber Alert people.
Well, I got to tell you,
guilty.
The first post, very good. O&A Party Rock.
All right.
And then I guess a fan of his. He's everywhere. And then one guy, I'm a serious guy. Yeah.
SIR.
Boy, you got some collection
What's up,
of some collection of fun guys. Right there's good.
Hey.
Are you so busy that you're gonna have to work during the interview?
There's good stuff coming in. You should see the stuff that rolled in the last couple of minutes.
Oh well, that's good. Let's go. Let's have at it, man.
Yeah.
It is, I support Drew and all, but even his appearance couldn't induce me to listen to Opie and Anthony.
Oh, there you go.
That's Chronic Feld.
No matter what show I'm on, that happens. In fact, it's the worst when I was on that sorry excuse for a network.
Wait, he's just
microphone, whatever.
No, he's plugging in.
Oh, he's plugging in?
He's probably the most relaxed guest we've ever had on the show.
Yeah.
I'll get to the mic when I'm ready. I got to plug in all my laptops, get my coffee set, my Starbucks.
There we go. All right, now we're good. Yeah, whenever I go on the Tech TV, I guess, or whatever they call it now, the same thing. They just ream those guys alive, man. It must be the most hated network on the planet or something like that. You guys can't touch them, I don't think.
Yeah, there are some real, haters on FARC. I'll be listening. Why, Drew, why? Opie and Anthony are scumbags. That's from Triaxis.
All my good friends are scumbags.
Yeah, some of the best people I know
That's
are
right,
scumbags.
Yeah, we're doing some fine radio over here.
Absolutely.
This guy remembers us from AAF. A lot of people are commenting on the fact that they didn't even know we were still on.
Yeah, you know what? That happened the last time I did it, too, actually.
Mm-hmm.
We've been talking about that. It was wild. People were like, oh, my God, they're on the air somewhere, anywhere. I was like, yeah, man, check it out.
Let's see. The faker, Opie and Anthony suck balls. They're terrible.
.com, actually. It probably exists.
That's good. Here's a nice picture of Norton and Patrice. Patrice is just a huge man, isn't he?
He's just awful. That was before he snatched me out of a train car.
That's a whole lot of lame for one show. That's what somebody's saying there. Uncle Sam.
I got one, Anthony, from Prozac. Drew, don't grab Opie's food. He'll kick you in the liver. Hey, we're getting trashed pretty good.
Yeah.
All right.
They're just waking up. They got to get rolling first. A couple cups of coffee, they'll be really trashing you.
And this guy's, I'm not kidding. Sirius didn't go out of business yet. I think are you thinking we're on Sirius?
Yeah, really so.
Oh my God!
The
best thing is when people bash you and their bash is completely wrong.
Yeah.
And they don't realize. The only annoying thing about that is they don't realize how stupid they're coming off.
I got one, Anthony.
Yeah.
From Zipster. Who the heck are Opie and Anthony?
There you go. Fair enough. Fair enough,
Actually,
sir.
that's a red state, blue state thing right there.
I don't know.
Who's Drew? That's very funny. All right. And nice. A lot of people. They replay it all day. That guy's familiar with the show. Very good. And then people bashing you and telling us that we should bash you because I guess you're going to Sirius after this.
Yes, actually.
So
I'm going everywhere, man.
They're like, dude, why the fuck are you having him on? He's going on.
I'm a media whore, man.
Yeah.
I'll go on anybody's show.
Yeah, let's bash him because he wants to promote his product. Yeah.
That's right.
You suck. You suck for wanting to get the widest audience possible. Idiot.
Take his laptop and smash it before he leaves here.
I don't know if you could. This thing's like,
I know.
That is a nice one. I was thinking about getting that one.
Yeah, it's the way to go, too. The best part about these things, it's a Dell XPS, because obviously people can't see it on the radio.
Yeah.
The best part about it is, aside from the fact that it weighs 20 pounds and will burn your legs if you have it on for more than 30 minutes, is that when you order it off of Dell, it's the only computer they've got that has a none of the above option. Like, what kind of jukebox software do you want? None of the above. What kind of virus scan do you want? None of the above. You can get all that crap taken off of there.
Yeah.
That's why I got it. I don't play many computer games, but just to get a stripped down, no nonsense computer.
That got a very good write-up as far as gaming goes for a laptop, because it's very hard to game on a laptop, and usually you can't make it 10 steps with a first-person shooter before the battery goes dead.
Yeah,
but
well,
this
has
really
a
good
problem. Yeah, no, actually, no, it's not.
Yeah, I picked
really
up the other one, the multimedia one.
Oh,
with
yeah.
the big 17-inch screen.
Yeah, they're
and
good.
Stuff. So I picked up that Dell about a couple of months ago, and that's pretty good for gaming, too.
Yeah, battery life on this is about half an hour, I think. The good
Half
news
an hour
is
of playing games?
Yeah,
I got the extra battery, the heavy-duty one, that lasts for like 5 hours playing DVDs and stuff.
That's cool.
I haven't tried a game with it because that's usually the battery killer.
Yep.
But I heard the XPS is pretty good.
A
lot of shit in there, Jimmy.
Well, the gerbil goes in here to spin the wheel to power the thing.
It runs around.
Yeah, exactly. So and then the beer is over here, and there's a fridge on the other side.
See, Jimmy, that laptop is used for a little more than just perusing pornography and jacking off. That actually, you can edit video on it.
Take over third world countries.
Yeah.
You know, the usual.
That's like what you would see in an action movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Popping open.
Schwarzenegger would be, and then pound somebody over the head with it. And
right,
knock them
and then
out.
you could clock them over the head and still use it.
Exactly.
That is a heavy-duty one.
Or, you know, if you got to anchor your ship, you can just throw it over.
Throw it over, connect it to a chain. You're not
Right,
going
yeah.
anywhere. And now, why do you have that? Do you have to be in constant contact with your site?
No, actually, but it helps because while we're doing the show, if I'm connected, I can actually watch the stuff as it rolls in. So occasionally something will happen, it'll just pop up. You're like, oh my god, look at that. So
I hear you. Well, we go to FARC, as do a lot of people. A lot of people don't say they go to FARC radio shows.
a lot of them don't.
They don't say,
Yeah,
but they take the headlines right off of the.
Well, for the
sites.
newbies, you should just explain FARC.com first of all.
Sure. Basically, it's a website where we get 2,000 news articles submitted a day and just kind of roll through them all and find the stuff that's funny or interesting or both or sometimes neither, and then put them up on a website for people to check out. And a lot of radio guys use it, which I don't actually have a problem with. People kind of get the wrong impression about, I get people in me like, well, what do you care if radio guys use it? It's news. You don't even have any real content anyways. And it isn't that. That doesn't bother me a bit.
You're making a lot of the guys' jobs a lot easier. So at the least they should be giving you plugs.
And that's it, basically. It's kind of like, look, I have a buddy who I knew since back in the mid-'90s who does morning radio out in Georgetown, Kentucky, of all places, and he gets up an hour later now as a result. And it's just one of those things, just kind of common courtesy,
I'll always, if I grab a story off, I'll always say this is from FARC, and I'll tell the story. To give it a quick plug it's no big
it's no big deal. And see, that stuff isn't really the trouble. The trouble is where, and this comes in all the time on the feed. Whenever, well, I shouldn't say whenever this happens, but usually, like we have readers in every market, like across the globe, mostly in Canada and the U.S. We're talking like most English-speaking countries and Sweden, which I guess is technically an English-speaking country now. And the problem I have is when you got guys on the radio that are reading the stories in the order that they appear on FARC verbatim.
Yeah.
Verbatim, or even worse, digging through the comments and stealing the reader comments and using those as the gags that they use, just popping those up there like they came up
their
with
own
themselves.
clever line.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, it's horrible. And the funny thing is, they're so busted on that.
Right.
They're so busted because people are reading it all the time. It happened the other day, actually. Some guy wrote in and said that he'd submitted a tagline that was read verbatim the minute it posted on FARC by an Atlanta radio DJ.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it happens all the time.
Wow,
That's what I
DJs
don't
just
like.
ripping off and
that's obnoxious. That I don't like. The rest of it,
never
who
see
cares?
that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Luckily, it's rare. No, actually, it's not.
Now, you had, I was kind of chuckling through your troubles you had with your server.
Oh, yeah, that was a good time.
That was a big thing.
Yeah.
Your servers kept going down, and your viewers, I guess, I don't know what you call them. What do you call your people?
Readers, I guess.
Your readers?
They call themselves Farkers, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, your readers were very sympathetic to the whole problem.
Yeah, for about the first week.
Didn't goof on you at all.
Yeah, not at all.
But you haven't. Is it a traffic thing? You haven't.
No.
Because I would assume, because going to FARC and seeing how many people actually hit you on a daily basis and stuff, you would figure this is a professional organization.
Yeah, you'd think.
That if the server goes down, you're going to get new equipment in there and get it right back up again. But that's not the case. Huh?
No, not at all. Now, what happened is basically we're lazy.
Yeah.
And the thing started messing up, and we decided, well, we'll get around to fixing this at some point, figuring there's no rush on it. The problem is that the guy that works on the hardware with us, who's a good friend of mine, we go back to high school a long ways, moved this month.
And this is how professional the organization is being
exactly.
run.
He moved, and so in the process of all this moving, I mean, that's extra stress, too much to do with. So he's like, he's just like, I'll get in a couple of weeks. In the meantime, I'm like, okay. And on top of that, though, what was worse was that it was going on long enough to where people in the tech community, like high up guys, like who names I've actually never heard of before, but cool guys like Bill Paul, who runs a FreeBSD operating system, whatever. I'm probably going too far on this, but
yeah.
The upshot of it is that like literally like deep tech head guys started emailing us and asking us what was going on, and my hardware guy got interested in talking to these guys, and so rather than say let's just chuck this server and put a new one in, they wanted to figure out exactly what was wrong.
God. So that's what took forever.
Exactly, yeah. So basically, after diagnosing everything under the sun, something's bad on the motherboard.
Just replace.
That's it. Yeah, seriously. Like what we should have done is just toss the thing out the window and go. It's not a very powerful machine we're running this thing on.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we bought it 4 years ago. We're still using the same
thing. So it's
thing.
ancient machinery.
Yeah, basically. It does the job, though. I mean, no point in replacing it if we don't have to. But
now, as far as the website name, I heard you're an egomaniac. Why is it Drew Curtis's Fark.com.
That's actually an interesting question. That was a bit of advice given to me by a Farker from New York City, actually, a woman by the name of Paulette Cooper, who in the 1970s was the first person to fight Scientology openly and ended up paying for that with a decade of lawsuits.
She still lives.
She's a fascinating woman. She is amazing, just absolutely hardcore. Her husband was president of Lifetime TV at one point and has been in the industry for a while.
Ugh.
And well,
what an emasculated man he must be. Lifetime.
Yeah, but you know what? Though? I mean, he got a sweet deal out of that.
Stunning performance by Marky Post. Oh no, the guy's gonna beat the woman again.
I'd have clawed my eyes out myself, but that was the one piece of advice they said. They said that someday you're not going to be doing this anymore, and you want to be able to go ahead and attach your name to it and just kind of go from there. And it's kind of funny because actually, as a result, the name recognition that kind of popped out has been weird. Like a really good example. I'm walking down the street last night going to dinner, and some guy says, Drew, and I turn around, and it's one of our readers, and I'm like, just recognize me walking down the street.
Wow.
I don't know that would happen if that wasn't up there. So
yeah, it pisses me off when I go into my favorites, though. I go down and I haven't edited the name yet, and I look for Fark, and then it's like,
where is it?
Drew.
With the Drew site.
Drew site. I don't know what the hell that's all about. I just thought it was an egomaniacal thing where you,
no.
I want my name on this.
Yeah, no, but it's like
Drew Curtis's Earth. See that happening in the future.
I own it all.
It's mine.
That's right.
What's coming in today? Anything? You said some good stuff in the last hour or so.
Yeah, there's two different goat articles. I got to read those.
There's a lot of goat stories on Fark for some reason.
Isn't that strange?
Goat.
Yeah, there's a really cool one that came in from badjocks.com. Ric Flair's son, apparently after a wrestling match, decided to throw down with his opponent, like, outside.
Really?
Yeah, so, you think Ric Flair's son would be faking the wrestling, but apparently not. He's actually really doing it, so that just kind of popped in there. And then there's, did you guys cover this? It came in yesterday. It was an Army recruiter facing investigation because a kid came in to sign up, and he encouraged him to lie and, misstate stuff, and it turned out the kid was doing an investigative reporting thing for his own paper. Yeah. And now he's, not only is it national news, but we just popped it up on the main page, so that's going to be a week of fun for that guy. But, and then, of course, there's the Wacky Mormons. There's a billboard company that started a interesting little stealth campaign where they basically, they made up billboards to look like they were helping the homeless when actually it was a porn site company that was doing it. So if you punch in the URL, it goes to, happysexyteens.com or whatever it is.
Yeah, that was always fun.
Couldn't happen to a better city than Salt Lake, in my opinion. It's a good time.
That was always fun when the kids would go to whitehouse.com.
And that was on
remember that whitehouse.org a while back.
Yeah.
On a porn site.
I ended up seeing when I was working. I worked for state government when I was right out of college, and at one point it was like 1995, and of course what is the interweb? How do you use it? And some guy had written a little piece on it. And he said he was talking about how to enter URLs in a browser. And he said, for example, if you go to your browser and type, and he just used xxx.com.
Oh, no.
as a euphemism for all websites, not realizing, and I told him, I was like, dude, what do you think is at xxx.com? Did you look? He's like, no. I was like, I think you got some trouble here, man. It could
Welcome
be pretty bad.
to a popular variable site. No, that ain't it.
That's not the one. Don't do that.
How did you pull variable out?
I know.
Who forget Aristotle, Socrates. Here comes Professor Anthony.
He knows a little bit about everything, Drew.
I
very
try.
good.
He amazes us every day, Anthony.
Excellent.
Now, not only a bevy of news stories and knowledge, but chicks.
Oh,
chicks to boot on Fark.
That's a good time. We've actually had a problem with that recently, too.
Why is that?
It's actually nice to be able to talk about this, because I get complaints all the time about, where are the links to the boobies? You're not putting enough up. Well, the reason is because lately we've been having problems with bait and switch. We just picking these at random. People send these things in, and we check them out, and they look good, and we post them. That's basically how it goes. What's been happening lately is we'll have a link come in. It looks really good. Pop it up there, and in about 15 minutes, they've noticed the traffic coming in, and they've switched it. So anything you click on launches 30 pop-ups, takes over your browser, crashes your email, et cetera, and we have to wipe it out again. And we're having a real hard time finding sites that won't do that now.
That show boobies. Obviously, it's the porno ones. It's not like CNN doing that. Hey, look, a lot of traffic. Let's some pop-ups on this guy.
That's right.
Yeah. goddamn porn sites. You can't find any that are
And,
reputable.
yeah, you
just
know,
a bunch of good guys that really understand.
Aren't there any upstanding porn site operators out there? There's got to be one or two, surely.
I've gotten that on instant feedback and even on Whackbag, the message board, where they tell you, wow, check out this chick. She's so hot. And it's one of those things where you look at the link and go, I know I shouldn't click on this link, but
you
as a
have to.
man, you just can't resist it. You're like, I'm going to miss out on... Okay, click. Bing, 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 bing. I can't shut up down. I'm trying my
Not
darndest.
again.
Yeah, pain in the
Internet
ass.
whack-a-mole is what that is.
I was wondering what was happening to the boobies.
Yeah, that's basically it. Is a problem where we're having some difficulty. So.
And then people hooking up, I guess. Also, you got like a.
Actually, apparently, yeah. I mean, that is like like cell service, but it's amazing the number of like relationships and stuff that have popped up. There's at least 3 FARC babies that I know of.
Really?
Yeah, from people that met on the website. It's bizarre.
That's got to be kind of odd for you, you know?
Yeah, it is. It's really weird.
Like you being the thing that brought these people together, and then
Well,
they're having kids, and they wouldn't be there if it wasn't for you.
It's scary, man.
We got something in common with Drew. The same thing is happening with some of our message boards. People that
Yeah,
met and
people
got
hooking
married.
Uh-huh.
It's really weird.
Yeah, but it's a little more frightening on our site. You don't want our people reproducing
Yeah, that's
at
true.
all.
That's so true.
Oh, mutants.
Yeah.
Mutants. Have you had to deal on a personal level, like actually physical contact with fans?
Oh, yeah. In fact, we set up parties all the time.
Yeah, I've seen that, too. They
Uh-huh.
got FARC parties that take place all over the country.
We have the coolest people that read the website. It's amazing. And it's fun because I have a lot of radio friends, and I heard you guys talking earlier about, people stalking and whatnot, and also a couple, other folks that have had some celebrity at points in their lives. And it's really, really interesting to be able to compare the people that they deal with to the people that show up at these FARC events, because we get, normal people showing up. Some of the people on FARC actually think that it's just a bunch of guys living in their basements, but it's not. In fact, easily over half of them are doing stuff that's not technical at all.
Yeah.
A good example, I was going down to the Keys last year, and I just popped up a thing on the website on the subscription part of it and basically said, hey, anybody live down near Miami want to grab a beer this afternoon? Got an email from a couple guys that run a produce shipping company. They're not internet guys at all, but 5 months a year it gets really slow. And they're on FARC all the time. And it turned out that was when I was cruising through. So we went out, had a couple beers, and these guys are they don't know anything about tech at all. They just know that they like funny news and boobs and the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, it's not so much like everybody on a computer is a geek anymore. That's such an old
seriously,
thing, So,
well, and we've got a lot of broad appeal. I mean, it just cuts through the entire thing. But one of the bizarre things about the people that read FARC, and I don't know how the hell this happened, the women are totally smoking hot.
Yeah,
It
we've
is
seen pictures
insane.
of the girls, which doesn't make any sense.
No, not at all.
Computer chicks aren't supposed to be hot.
No, they shouldn't be. But, I just basically, I'll be at this bar showing up, and you're just like, man, what is going on here? Why is this?
Could you send them to our sites, please? Dude, we do these appearances. It's nothing but guys and
just a
4
dick
girls.
fest.
Yeah.
The worst.
Horrible.
Can we do some trading? You could have some of our
Yeah.
whack baggers, and we'll take some of your hot chicks. Balance
Man.
it out a little bit.
I also love the Photoshop thing. That's It's a lot of fun. They
I didn't
post
know
these
that
pictures.
you did the Photoshop until we
I
were
love
talking
it.
the last time I was on. I was
Yeah.
like, wow, man, that's fantastic. And I checked back, and you enter the contest all the time.
Yeah, all the time. I love.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of fun. Some of them are, you can be creative, and you guys post pictures, and you got to just fuck with them. You throw shit in, you take stuff out.
Yeah,
Some of the guys
basically.
are real artistic with them, and some are just blatantly pornographic and hysterically funny. And but I noticed a couple of these common threads and factors and little things that are in there that I want to ask you about.
Yeah.
The squirrel with the giant balls.
Yes, everybody wants to know about that.
Why is this in like 90% of these Photoshop things?
The reason is because back in '97, when I reserved the domain name because it was just available, I figured I might be able to use this some point for something. And but I had nothing to put up on the site at the time. And back in 1997, the best thing you could do with an internet site would be, "Hi, my name's Larry, and I got a dog and 3 kids. And I think CNN's a good website. You should check it out."
Here's a link.
Yeah, exactly. That's all you could do, basically.
Here's my link section, my pictures.
Yeah, exactly. And they're still out there, too.
Yeah.
I mean, and so that was all you could do, and I was like, I'm not doing that. That's dumb.
Yeah.
So I said, well, I'll just hold on to this until I come up with a good idea for a website. And it took 18 months. But in the meantime, that same day that I registered it, one of my friends, everybody's got the friend that's like, they've got the funny pictures, oh, check this out, or the grandparents, which is usually the worst, sending you the stuff that they find all the time. And it ended up being the case that that picture was sent to me that day, and it was something like, man, check out the nuts on this squirrel. You're like, it's pretty good. Well, that showed up, and I was like, oh, that's a good thing to put on the website.
Yeah.
So I did. That went up on the website, and for the first 18 months that site existed, that's what you found when you went there.
So that is like one of those things. It's probably the oldest picture that has been on FARC. So
Yes,
that's
it
why
is
it's
actually
used all the time.
And what's funny is that I have since come into contact with the guy that took that picture.
Really?
And it's a real picture. It's
Get
not
outta here.
Photoshopped.
It's not
Yeah, it's
Photoshopped?
real. Yeah, it is.
Why would that squirrel have huge nuts? The squirrel's balls, dude, they're huge.
Yeah.
I've seen that picture. It's many times.
hysterical.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not Photoshopped. That's honest
Wow.
to God a real picture, and I've talked to the guy that did it, and he's a real laid-back guy, because I talked to him
Not
finally
Bernie
after.
Getz, is it?
No, not as far as I know, anyways.
Friend of squirrels.
Yeah, exactly, because, Getz isn't all that laid back. But anyways, I talked to him, and he's I asked him, can we license this from you? And he said, you know what? He's like, go ahead and, you guys can use it. That's fine. He's like, just give me a link whenever you put it up. And in fact, if you check our frequently asked questions and see the picture, you click on it, it goes to his site. And he said, yeah, just go ahead and do it. It's no big deal. And but then I was talking to him. I said, so, what's it like being a really cool photographer? And he's like, yeah, he's like, that's one thing I've been meaning to talk to you about. He says, I've been in the business 30 years. I've taken over 100,000 shots. And the one picture in my entire career that everybody's seen is that squirrel with the giant nuts. He's like, that's the most humbling thing I think that could ever happen to a guy.
That's his flag being hoisted on Iwo Jima.
That's right. Can you imagine, in a bar trying to pick up chicks, what do you do? I'm a photographer, really. What have you taken?
Well.
You ever seen that picture of the squirrel with the giant nuts?
Have you seen the giant
Why,
ball squirrel?
yes.
Then there's the thing that always makes it onto Photoshop is the Star Wars character. It's a trap.
Yeah, Akbar. Yeah,
that one's always on there.
I don't know when that generated, but what was amusing was I didn't start that one, but that's been one of my jokes for a long time.
Really?
I cannot take credit for that being on FARC, but it's one of those things where when you watch Return of the Jedi, and you guys may have noticed this, and they show up outside the Death Star, and here's Akbar, the guy running the entire Rebel fleet, and from the moment they're there, he's like, "Look, get out of here! Let's run away!" And Lando Calrissian's like, "No, we've got to stay and fight." He's like, "Okay," and then 5 minutes later, "We've got to retreat! Run!
It's a trap!
It's a trap! Get out of here!" And it's like, God, how did that guy end up being in charge of the Rebel fleet? Seriously. I mean, what other battles did he show up at the, there's sixth graders here with cookies. Run, get out of here. It's a trap. Head for the hills.
That makes it on there all the time. Hysterical. The moshing chick. The scary moshing chick is very funny.
Yeah, those are ones that just kind of popped up because they were just so ludicrous in previous Photoshops that they said. Like, one of the other favorite ones is the Mustard Man, the guy that's standing in like a little closet with his hand in a mustard. That guy is actually a stand-up comedian in Toronto that was just taking that picture as a joke.
And it ends up
ended up on
used.
FARC, and now he's like famous, and like he's actually the guy that sets up the Toronto FARC parties. And people that don't know that in Toronto basically show up, and there's the Mustard Man sitting there.
He's the guy.
He's the guy.
You know the guy?
Yeah, he's like, I think he does stuff at Second City up in Toronto. I mean, he's like apparently a really funny guy.
Yeah.
I got to get up there and visit him sometime because he's got a real good sense of humor about it.
It cracks me up when previous Photoshop things end up in the new ones.
Yeah,
it's very fun.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. No.
Can I ask, what is the mustard guy thing? I'm not familiar with that picture.
He's basically it's a guy standing in I think it's a server room, and he's kind of a heavy-set guy, and he's looking like the door just opened and he's been caught, and he's got his hand in like one of those industrial vats of mustard. And it doesn't really say what he's doing in there. There's this implication that something not good is happening with this vat of mustard.
He got caught.
Well, and what's funny is, I mean, there have been a few stories on FARC that are like that. Like about a year ago, there was a guy that was busted. I love it when they interview with the police about crimes because they really can't say anything, even though they know exactly what's going on. Hasn't been a case hasn't been finished, so they can't say, yeah, the guy slit her throat or whatever. So they know exactly what happened, but they have to kind of tiptoe around it. And in this particular case, a guy was arrested. The hotel called him up because they needed the police up to get this guy out of there. And they go in there and they knock on the door and they open it up, and the room, the furniture, and the guy are covered with Vaseline. The whole room, like no square inch unturned. There's like 16 gallons of empty Vaseline jars sitting on the floor. And so, so during the press conference, the police are just like, they can't say anything. I mean, all they can just say is, you figure it out.
Yeah, exactly. How do you comment on that one?
Yeah, seriously. And since then, I mean, there's been a guy that did that with nacho cheese.
Covered
Jell-O?
himself in nacho cheese?
Yeah, himself in the hotel room. I guess it's a thing. There's probably a website, for this kind of thing.
I'm sure there is. There's a website.
There's an internet community for people that like to smear themselves with food products.
It's called douchebags.com.
Exactly, yeah. So it comes up all the time.
I want to thank you. hanging and enlightening us once again.
Yeah.
Fark.com.
Why the name
Not a
Fark?
problem.
I'm not familiar with why that name.
Mostly because it was something that, well, it's euphemism for fuck. I guess I can say that on this show,
Sure.
right? Well, now that I've said it, can I say that word?
Fucky, fuck,
Great.
fuck.
Okay, great.
Feel free.
Looks like it. But,
Yeah.
And it was available, and at the time, 4-letter domain names were being snapped up like crazy, and so we just went ahead and grabbed it because it was available.
You have offers, people wanting to buy the site?
Yeah, actually, I had a guy offer me $40,000 once.
40G?
Yeah, 40
Get more
grand.
than that.
I was like, wow, man, 40,000. I mean, I'd like to have $40,000, but yeah.
Now you get more than that, though.
I'm having a lot more fun doing it. So
sure.
I'm just waiting for the inevitable lawsuit that we're going to get from somebody doing something.
You think?
We have people harassing us all the time over Photoshop stuff, actually.
Really?
Yeah, we get cease and desist about once every couple of weeks. It's basically photographers that are, really upset that we're, bastardizing their creations or something. Or
Every photographer's looking, is it my picture today?
Yeah.
I hope Fark does this.
It's like
fire off a cease and desist.
Yeah, that's right. They just don't know the law. They don't know that they've got no leg to stand on. But, my method for dealing with any kind of cease and desist is delete. And wait till something shows up in the mail in hard copy. And at that point, now it's serious, and we got to go from there. I'm actually dealing with one from a large company that has absolutely no business threatening us with anything because we've helped them out so much. But I think what it is companies that have intellectual property have attorneys that defend it. And having been on the receiving end of so many of these for so long, it looks to me like these law firms spend a lot of time combing the internet and finding stuff, and then will send cease and desist without ever contacting the company that owns it first.
Oh, right.
And I think this is what's going on. And so it's one of those things where it's a matter of time before it gets back to corporate. And I can't imagine that meeting where they're going to, you did what?
Yeah, like
to
the company
who?
guy would be like, what
are you thinking? You're idiots. Well, no, I mean, because we've helped them out a lot. And the fact that they're harassing the hell out of it. So I'm not going to say who it is because if it ends nicely, then, no big deal. But if it doesn't,
then you gotta let us
if
know.
it doesn't end nicely, oh, hell yeah, I'll be back in like 2 weeks.
Then you must let us know.
Oh, yes, I will.
All right, we're going to take a break, Hope?
Yeah, we should take a break. Drew Curtis, always a pleasure. Fark.com,
Thanks, man.
of course.
Cheers, guys.
A lot
Appreciate
of fun. Go to Fark.com and follow along with what we feed you as far as news is concerned.
Will do, man.
All right.
What kind of a show are you guys putting on here today?
Welcome to Radio Free America. America's ready. I'm ready. I mean, I want a million voices crying out in the wilderness. Jesus, let's get serious.
Now, take a deep cleansing breath. And begin.
Fix it, fix it.
Guess who's back? I'm over here now. Back again.
Nice head, Dick.
Bag it. Guess who's back? Oh, man. Back again. I don't believe it. Stupid. You're so stupid. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Back again. Guess who's back? Tell a friend. Turn it off. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Turn it off.
Oh, man, if I was older, I would totally start jacking up right now. Oh, what's all doing?
We're gonna have a problem here.
Okay, cut. All right, here we go. Hold your ears, folks.
It's showtime. The Opie and Anthony Show.
Jimmy Sully was at your show at the Comedy Connection in Boston, huh?
Yeah, I think it was his sister's birthday. He came to the late show. I think he came with somebody else from the band, but he came back to say hello beforehand, and I didn't see anybody after because I was pouring my merchandise.
Made the papers.
Yeah, I heard that in Boston. They said it was like one of those spotted wear.
Yeah, the Manatees wrote about it in the inside track.
I was reading it, and I was like, ooh, I know those guys.
I'd love a copy of that.
Celebrity.
I've never seen my name mentioned, especially with a rock star like that. It's very cool for me.
Yeah.
I can show that to girls.
Sully from Godsmack enjoying the Late Show
It
at
didn't
the
say
Comedy
enjoying. It
Connection.
didn't say getting some chuckles or.
Yeah. Oh,
it was like
silly,
something
right?
stupid.
It was perfect.
Yeah.
I'll show this to a girl. I'll put it in my lap, and she'll lean over to read it. And that's right, my show.
All right, looking at the front pages of the papers here in New York. My God.
Oh.
Jilted fiance. She's wearing my diamond.
Yeah.
Ugh.
He is all for this wedding. He's going ahead with it. He said he made a commitment when he gave her the ring, and he's not backing out on it.
And the Daily News is great. There's a quote from him saying, "I do," says jilted groom of runway bride. "Let's get married." And then the headline is, "He does?"
Yeah, he does?
Is he insane?
What the what an ass.
Pretty much everyone is saying he's just insane.
Run.
He's stupid for doing this
Cut
now.
your losses. Cut your losses. This lunatic is not the woman you should be marrying. Any girl that's running off before your wedding, she probably doesn't really feel the same way you do about the wedding, unless you're running off too. And she's got those crazy woman eyes.
Yep.
Those big pie plates. Oof.
Rotten Shelley Duvall face. She ran because she thought Nicholson was chasing her with an axe. Ugly bitch. Jesus Christ, dude, you're on the front page of the Daily News. Dump this hole and find a hot one.
Run, Danny, run!
She tried to slide down the snow hill out the bathroom window and couldn't fit, so she gets on a bus to Vegas. Ugh, trollop.
Couldn't get those Google eyes through the window.
She ran in and the blackjack dealer went, "Great party, isn't it?" His head split open. Oh, she stinks, this chick.
Jilted. Yeah, you got to be a lunatic, this guy, to want to marry this one.
Well, we gave you guys a taste of the 911 call yesterday.
Oh.
Nathaniel found the rest of it and put it together for us here, and we got a couple tracks from the 911 call. Because it's like 6 minutes long of just babbling, right, Nathaniel?
It is, but is it cool babbling?
Is the whole thing cool?
I think her babbling kind of sounds pretty cool.
Don't act casual. Just walk in. Don't act like you're not sure if you should.
He's like, should I? Why? He goes slowly take his headphones off as if we should nod to him.
As soon as you nod, those headphones
Here
get
he
thrown
comes.
against the wall.
Oh,
Here he
now.
goes.
Look at how he is.
Eager young buck.
He walked in all confident.
Yeah.
All right, what are we talking about? It's unenjoyable. It's totally unintelligible. It's just a bunch of people talking
Gibberish.
over each other. So
Really?
it's not even like the panicking isn't even worth the trip.
I kind of want to hear.
So you got some highlights
Yes,
instead? Okay.
Ooh.
I hope.
Uh-oh. You don't have confidence in
I
this?
mean, this is the best crap ever.
Uh-oh.
Does it start?
Kitty K1 to Kitty K12. Kitty K12. Kitty K12. Kitty K1. Kitty K12. Kitty K1. Some storm having her.
Shut up.
She was the worst actress in that movie, man.
Anything else, Mrs. Torrance? Just shut the fuck up.
When do you think maybe we should take Danny to Vegas?
As soon as possible.
She almost wrecked that movie.
I don't know. Watching it now, though, and seeing it so many times, I can't picture anyone else in that part. You know? She is awful in it, but it makes it so good.
She played Fear very well, though. I'll say that one.
When he's hacking through the door, that's
was
one of the
frightened.
that's one of her best scenes in the movie. She's standing in the corner, and that axe comes through the door, and the way she jumps and screams, I can't picture anyone else doing it better. You know, she did that pretty well.
And who better than Kubrick with the long haul? What a creepy bastard, man.
Creepy.
Ugh.
Like one of the real first uses of the Steadicam, so you get those gliding shots through the hallways. Amazing
And
job.
Stephen King, who I think is a brilliant guy, hated the movie because it changed a lot of what his vision was.
Yeah.
It concentrated on Jack Torrance.
You know what, though? Now, in hindsight, he looks back now fondly at it and doesn't have such a hatred for the movie anymore.
Because he saw what his movie was. I didn't see it. Stephen King had a made-for-TV movie.
Made for
The Shining.
TV.
Of course it was awful.
And can the guy stop with the made-for-TV shit?
Yeah.
If you're going to take a brilliant Stephen King book, you know, spend a few bucks and make a goddamn real movie out of it. These TV movies, the effects stink. The acting is like, you know, get the guy from Wings. Have him star in it. What the hell is that? You go from Nicholson to the guy from Wings?
I want to get him on the show.
Who?
Stephen
Stephen
King.
King? Yeah.
Badly.
Great.
Of course.
He writes a pop culture piece for Entertainment Weekly. It's just brilliant. It's great stuff.
He's a phenomenal nonfiction. He's a phenomenal nonfiction writer too. Like when he
Yeah.
wants to just write about something interesting. He is a brilliant guy, man.
Well, of course, this year, the whole Red Sox thing.
Of course.
He wrote that, and I hate the fact that it wound up with a storybook ending for him.
He had a book called The Girl Who Loved Tom Brady.
Tom Brady?
What was his name?
That's funny. Isn't that Ben, the girl that loved Tom Brady?
Wait, what was the name? Oh, Tom Gordon. I'm sorry,
Right,
not
Tom
Tom
Gordon.
Brady. Tom Gordon.
Tom, the girl loved Tom Brady.
Don't
Who
call
doesn't?
Kevin.
Girl who did coke with Tom Brady.
Let's go back to the story at hand and talk to Sherman in Atlanta. Sherman.
Hey guys.
Hey.
This runaway fiance thing's really blowing up down here, of course. And last night, Sean Hannity had a TMJ session with the man involved, which is TMJ means too much Jesus, and they're in love with each other. And this guy says they've never had sex. He's a virgin. He's never slept with this chick, and they live together.
See, I'm thinking if he was still going to go through with the marriage, that the sex must be just unbelievable.
No, he's never had it. He spent so much time and money waiting to fuck this chick that he's got to go back.
Oh, he's lost his mind. He's like, yeah, I want to marry her because he just needs the pussy real bad.
Listen, you've got to get the Sean Hannity interview and play some of this. It
What-
is a love fest.
Sherman,
What an
guess what
amazing coincidence.
Guess what I have in my hand?
Oh.
Thank you, Nathaniel. Thank you.
I'm punching out.
All right.
Fan's a good boy.
Well, let's start with the 911 call here.
Someone's commenting on Nathaniel walking confidently into the studio. Numbteeth says Scatman walked into the Overlook really confidently, too.
That's true.
So
Nathaniel
I guess you
poked
better-
his head in. Is anybody home?
I hated that scene, too. He comes all the way up from Miami.
All the way from that hot room with the nude women on the wall.
Rotten black toes just staring at the television.
Yeah. With the big afro naked women on his walls. And I'm thinking, there's going to be a nice scene happening. He's spending all this time to get back up there and using that tractor, that snow tractor crap.
The snowcat.
The snowcat.
Can you drive a car? And you can drive a snowcat.
And then he finally gets there and...
He didn't have his coat off. I know. He got an axe through the coat.
But it took like 20 minutes of the movie. 20 minutes of the movie of him getting back up there.
The drive, the airport.
So I'm thinking the conversation's got to be a little better. You know he's going to die, but Jesus. My God, nothing.
But, dude, Nicholson popping out from behind that thing and going, oh! And he buries the axe, and he hits him so hard, he does like a skip on his right foot, like the momentum carried him. He buried that axe. Fucking Scatman's friend Larry gets him the snowcat.
Good old Larry.
Good old Larry.
Good old Larry.
There's a heck of a storm. You can say storm properly.
That's all right.
What the hell's wrong
There's
with
a
him?
storm going on. It's
That
fine.
annoyed me. Storm.
Why?
Steve from
You
Connecticut.
tried young.
Hey.
Hey.
Yes?
Steve.
You smell a movie deal on this whole runaway bride thing?
Of course.
Yep.
Of
Absolutely.
course.
Maybe the husband does too. Maybe he's not stupid.
Nah.
That's what the whole thing's set up.
I don't think that. You're giving him too much credit. I think the other guy's right. This is like a virgin, and he's in love with her because he wants to have the sex. Not in like a God, I gotta hit that, but a kind of he's so deeply in love and wants the sex and the marriage, and it's already all together. His family, the church is a big thing in their town and with them.
Fast forward a couple of years, this marriage is going to be a disaster.
Done. She'll be back in Vegas. Just sucking it.
Carrying her body parts around like Henry Lee Lucas. Little Adidas bag.
All right, here we go. Some clips from the 911 call.
Did they hurt you in any way, Jennifer? Do you need any medical attention? No, they didn't hurt me. Okay, well, when I'm talking to them, what happened? I was kidnapped from Atlanta, Georgia. I don't know. My parents said it's been on the news. I don't know.
I'd be like, wow, that's you? Cool. Like the 911 operator's like, oh, you're famous.
Yeah.
I've seen your bubble-eyed pictures.
She's a kook.
What happened? I don't know. I went to read his book. It was 500 pages of the same shit. I got nervous.
Another brilliant scene, by the way.
Oh, my God. How do you like it? That's when he
Yeah.
comes out and asks her,
How
do you like it?
When she discovered that was brilliant.
You realize this kook he's been a problem since he got there.
Yeah.
That's the novel he's working on. Love it. All different patterns.
I know, that's the best part of that. It was just like...
Someone actually typed all those up, too. Saw it on the DVD.
Yeah.
It wasn't, in the older days, computers and stuff like that. Somebody actually typed all of those out. Just a little tidbit for
All
you.
work and no play makes Jack a dull boy.
That's right.
All right, here's the description of the man that kidnapped her.
And the person that did this to you was he or she? It was an Hispanic man and a Caucasian woman. And the man, it happened in Duluth. Okay, and the male that did this, is he black, white, Hispanic, or Native American? Hispanic. About how old? I would say in their 40s, maybe. How old was he? I don't know. It was about 5. About my height, about 5'9". It was about. What is his weight? Do you think approximately? Ben, heavy, medium build? It was medium build, yeah.
Medium, average, everything's just, she's
Yeah.
making it up, and she goes, yeah, Hispanic, man, how old? 40-something, build, medium.
What a kook. Gotta keep saying it. What a kook.
This dummy is going to be on Good Morning America. If he said, look, I'm really hurt, I just want someone to love me, do you know how many... You'd have to weed through a lot of fat pigs.
Would come out of the woodwork for this guy.
But you'd find, I believe me, this guy will be getting blown for the next 5 years.
Who wants the jilted groom and have him there with a all sad face? Oh, the whores would come running vag first at him.
This dummy.
Yeah.
They'd line up for him. They really would.
But no, he's in love.
They'd realize he's a crushing bore and date him once. But so what?
There's more to this story. It's going to come out. Was she on medication or something?
She's a nut.
She's a kook.
Yeah.
Here's the description of the van.
And what kind of vehicle was he driving? It was a blue van, like a dark van. Was it a conversion van or a small minivan? It wasn't a minivan. It was like a painter work van. Did you get a license plate? How long? Right, Roger. Jennifer. I've got my family and the police from home on the payphone, and they want to know if somebody's on the way. We are on the way right now. They're on the way. Answer my question. Okay. Did you get a license plate? No, ma'am.
What was on the van? 2 cartoon figures.
There was something about their back on XM.
The heads were so big, they looked nothing like the characters.
I don't know what happened.
Oh, man.
Oh, it was a blue van. It was a work van, minivan, thing van.
It was a man with frosted hair, with perfect diction, who picked me up. He said, I'm not going to hurt you, I'm just going to drive you to Vegas. I tried to email, but I couldn't navigate his computer.
One more clip from the 911 call. Talking about weapons.
Did they have any weapons on them? And they had just a small handgun. Do you know if the handgun was real? Yes.
That was hard to understand.
Says she had a handgun.
Yeah, guy had a small handgun.
All right. Small handgun.
How bad do you want to see Tyson just bare fist her once in the mouth?
Oh, would that be great?
Just a roundhouse
And
into
she
her
goes
lying
down.
mouth.
She cut her own hair off.
She won't go to jail, though.
No, of
They
course
have a great sense of humor down there in Duluth, by the way. Did you see what they did with the billboard? Ugh.
Oh, I know.
They're showing this on all the news channels.
Yeah, they had the missing billboard.
They had a
of her.
huge missing billboard. Missing, any info, notify Duluth police, and they have her description and the picture of her, okay? Down below, the townspeople.
They're funny.
They place some huge, I guess, sticker over the original billboard that says, case solved, cold feet.
Cold feet.
That'd be great if they found her dead and they wrote that.
Cold feet, yeah. Body to match. Cold feet with a toe tag tied around one little piggy.
I tell you, no wonder black people get pissed off. Though. You get it, like it's like some white lady goes missing and it's front page. And there really is something irritating about
Who cares? How many black people are missing? Hispanic people? No one cares.
But she won't go to jail.
No.
She'll get, like, some kind of probation, even though she's, like, lying to 911, which is annoying.
Yeah, community service.
All right, let's go to Bruce in Atlanta. Bruce?
This is Dennis in Atlanta.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Dennis.
Hey, yeah, just thinking you guys are cracking me up. I'm a new listener. You guys are hilarious. But you're talking about her eyes, and the other night, TBS, the Superstation, was doing one of those blocks of, like, Jaws, where they kept showing Jaws over and over again. And I was thinking about that scene in the bottom of the boat when Robert Shaw's down there, and Clint, his character's talking about how sharks have lifeless black eyes, like a doll's eyes.
That's what her eyes are like.
Just
My
like her.
God, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah.
Look at her picture.
It was on the other night. I was just cracking up. Every picture, and I told my wife, I was like, look at her eyes. She's a freak. She's hilarious. You guys are awesome. Punch it out.
Thanks.
Lifeless eyes, black eyes, like a doll's eyes, till they roll back white and she runs off to Vegas.
She really should be eating a little boy through a yellow raft. Rotten, creepy bitch. Cowardly liar. Skip town while the Virgin stands there with a boner and a sport about.
Sport about.
You know he wears those awful no-name jeans.
Of course. Sport about.
Big W on the back pocket. Wonder why no one will fuck him.
He's got this chick.
Obviously a new listener. He doesn't.
Buggy eyes.
He hasn't heard Anthony do the doll's eye.
Nah. He did the line. That's all.
Yeah, all right. Let's go to Manny in Houston. Manny?
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Do it for Manny.
Hi.
What's up, Manny?
All right. I just wanted to say it sounded like they're describing old Pat Munaki's van. All they need is some WOW stickers on the side of it.
It was Blues Work Van.
It would have been an attack on the media right there. You would have got some good publicity.
Big fat head and his driver's side. Wow, stickers somewhere Adult Drive, I think the address was.
You're trying to be funny and missing constantly. He was bombing horribly all the way across the country.
It was so creepy. I thought he was going to kill me. He just kept going.
I thought he was in pain.
It's so horrible. He only had 9 toes.
That's good. George?
You want to help me load this couch into the back? You need some help with that? Would you?
Morning, push the toenail clipper in the basket.
Are you about a size 14 in contact lenses? Big fat Google-eyed bitch.
Hey, George, how are you today?
How you doing, guys? Hey, you don't tell what part of the country your pretend kidnapping is, because down south, it's a spick in a blue van. Up north, it's a moolie in a sky blue Cadillac. I'm out.
He's out.
Huh? What?
I don't know. Let's go to...
Hold on, is this the Shining music?
Yeah.
You guys got to get the theme from The Shining. It's the greatest.
Yeah.
Because this doesn't say Shining. But you know what says Shining? Bomb, bomb, bomb. I'll do the whole thing.
Yeah. That music. The opening music.
And I do know what it's called, but I can't remember. It's got to be online somewhere.
Yeah, that creepy thing they did when they showed the days of the week that were going by.
Tuesday.
It's how could a day of the week scare the piss out of you?
Only Kubrick could pull that off.
Yeah.
He's some psychopath staring at a little hedge maze model, and then it just goes Tuesday, and you're like, I shit my pants.
I shit my pants.
My God, it's Tuesday.
I made poopies.
Make a helicopter shot of a Volkswagen creepy. That whole drive scene.
Oh, my God.
Best opening ever.
Yeah, without a doubt.
The music, that theme music, all of it just says isolation better than anything.
Yep.
He had that, and it just made you feel isolated going up that awful...
Mm-hmm.
My wife's a confirmed horror movie buff.
You got it?
Okay.
Is this it?
Saw it on the television.
Oh, yeah, here it is.
Yeah. Pretty creepy.
I just hated the setup to the movie. I get it. It's a very lonely place in the winter. You know?
And then the guy has to sit him down and tell him the story about Grady.
Yeah. Right.
Chopping his family up.
We get it. It's going to be very, very lonely.
Yeah.
And isolated. The roads closed in the winter.
We get it.
Get to the story.
But I love when he's talking to Grady, and he goes, you chopped your wife and daughters up, and then you blew your brains out. Like this, like, aha, I got you. like you killed yourself. Got you, fella. Like you caught him in a little lie. A little white lie.
Grady changes from that whole subservient guy to the guy, you better fucking kill your wife, asshole.
And he's like, a lot of us think you haven't the belly for it.
Yeah.
And he's in the storage room going, well, just let me out, Mr. Grady. Like, I'm sorry I let you down. I didn't axe my wife and son, who've done nothing, but I'll take care of it.
A very willful young boy, if I may be so bold.
Rather naughty. He is a willful boy.
Needs a talking to, perhaps a bit more.
When a firm scolding doesn't work, just pick up an axe and bury it in your son. Old Delbert with
Old Delbert
spare the rod, spoil the child advice. Perhaps he needs to be murdered with an axe.
My daughter took a book of matches and tried to burn it down. She had to be corrected.
Sorry. Let's get Bill Burr in here, by the way.
Corrected.
And his wife tried to stop him from doing his duty.
His duty. So she had to be corrected.
What are you doing to the children? As he's hitting them with an axe, he probably brought her over.
Well, now.
Should have went with the program.
You're not a team player, Mrs. Grady. How long was Bill waiting outside?
Oh, at least 4 minutes.
At
least 4 minutes.
For the guy to sit out there.
I'm going to apologize to him personally for waiting 4 whole minutes.
I didn't even know he was here, actually.
Hope he has
He was
to
actually
be
hiding.
corrected.
Usually they sit in the center seat there so we know who's out there ready to come in.
And when he called me fuckface, I felt he had to be corrected.
Bill Burr, everyone.
Hi, sweetie.
Hey, Bill. Gentlemen. How you doing, man?
Bill,
How's it going?
We're talking about 2 different things at the same time.
Yeah, we like to do that every so often.
We're talking about The Shining and The Runaway Bride.
Oh, totally looks like her.
Yeah.
I was
Shelley Duvall face.
I was watching one of those so-called experts the other day, yesterday, about the whole case.
Yeah.
And they were talking about the husband. They're like, and I also feel bad for the husband. He was being looked at like something was going on. And then she goes, and he refused to take a lie detector test, which I'm still suspicious about.
Wait a second, what?
What are you suspicious
He
about?
didn't do anything.
Yeah. Fucking idiot.
Why would anyone say I'm still suspicious about?
Because she's an expert.
Yeah.
We're
so
not
she
looking
knows.
at it on the levels that she's looking at it.
He was demanding, or I guess his lawyer or somebody was saying that he'll take the lie detector test, but he wanted it videotaped, the entire procedure. And the cops are saying, no, we don't do that. We don't videotape lie
we
detector
can't have
tests.
us slapping you on video.
Yeah. So I guess that's what she's suspicious about. Is that still suspicious? I don't think this is the broad. If they did something, he put her to sleep next to a bean pot. She woke up, there was a bunch of webs. They threw that away. What the hell is it? She's back.
You know what's going to be great if he waited all this time and he's a virgin and he finally on the wedding night her box stinks. How perfect is that going to be?
Smells like a cross-country bus. Smells like a Hispanic guy from Vegas.
You really got to test out the merchandise before you get married.
Of course.
I mean, come on.
Before you pay for a second
Come on.
meal.
This isn't the 50s anymore. Let's calm down.
You test drive a car
you get
first.
you get to
Right?
test drive a little bit
Come on.
nowadays. Hey, Brooks in Kentucky, what's up?
Hey, dudes, I'm just glad to know that I can ride across America and listen to 2 perverts like you from coast to coast on XM.
Thank you.
I have a comment about the Runaway Bride. Now, supposedly the groom-to-be was on a show and said they're both virgins. Did I catch that straight?
Yeah, we're going to play that audio in a second here.
But wait a minute. Wake up. The bitch has been to Vegas for a week. She went cross-country on a scuzz bust. He better send her to a doctor and get that checked out.
Yeah, you think maybe she decided I'm going to go out and...
She might not even known that she's gotten laid.
If
She's such a kook. She might have had sex on the Greyhound bus or
Saying
in
she might
Vegas.
have passed out and married an English counterfeiter.
You guys been to Vegas? Come on.
Yeah, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, so she ain't talking.
Yeah, but she may throw some moves on him on the wedding night that rolled his eyes back in the back of his head.
She wanted to have sex, but her fiancé said she wasn't supposed to.
Now, before y'all throw me off the air, yesterday you all were talking about having a little problem watching horror movies. Can I tell you the best way to get over that phobia?
Sure, please. Which one? Which way?
Take a mega dose of mushrooms, have a couple of Thai sticks laid there on the edge of the couch, and have a 24-ounce Long Island iced tea. You can watch anything.
No, I can't smoke pot during horror movies or really any kind of movies or anything in life anymore. I smoke pot. I think the last time I smoked pot, or maybe the time before, because I think I tried it one more time, I got so paranoid. I was watching a movie called Gray Lady Down. And it wasn't a grandma porno flick, you ass.
No, it sounds familiar, actually.
Doggy style.
It was, yeah. Gray Lady Down.
Guy's growling her. She's having a stroke into a pillow.
It was a Chuck
Bukkake
Heston
stroke.
movie. Chuck Heston in a submarine that had a problem, went to the bottom, and I think it was Robert Carradine in the rescue ship, rescue sub, that had a link up to the hatch, and the sub was tipped over to a certain degree, and they couldn't get the hatch thing, and the hull was collapsing. And
Did they show like that compass thing cracking?
Of course, and the bolts go pew, 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 shoot out of the pipes, and the water leaks out. Every cliche submarine thing. So it's the crew in the submarine. The hull is crushing. They're looking up, hearing the creaking. I'm stoned watching this. And for a split second in my head went, wow, that would be really uncool to be in that situation. And it picked up and ran. The anxiety packed that in a little suitcase and took off running. And I couldn't stop it. I freaked out like I felt like I was in a friggin' submarine at the bottom of the ocean.
I'm sober 18 years. You're making me want to get high again. You're having.
Why? You think that was cool?
You took a dog shit movie and got something out of it.
Yeah. Fear. Utter and complete fear.
How great is that?
I know. It was horrible. And it was because I was so stoned, and I used to get paranoid, but usually hanging out with your friends, how paranoid you're going to get. Watching something like that, that was it. I stopped smoking pot.
Weed.
That movie made me stop smoking
Turn
weed.
a 2-star movie.
Friggin' weed, right. During a crappy
Classic.
movie like that.
Into a 4-star.
It turned it into a 4-star.
The suspense was amazing.
Now, Coke made movies
bolt
great.
shot out.
You watched Scarface on Blow? That was great. See, Coke, good for watching movies.
Anthony, someone wants to scold you. Greg, go ahead.
Yeah, what the hell are you watching that movie stoned for anyway? I was 12 when I saw that movie. It scared the crap out of me. I wouldn't even go on a boat. You can't
stoned
watch
all the
a
time
scary
back
movie stoned.
Nah, some movies you can. I watched American
Meatballs.
Werewolf in London on mescaline. Me and a couple of friends from work decided to cut out early. We took some mescaline and saw American Werewolf in London. And when he turns into that werewolf, holy Jesus. The effects for the time were really good.
Yeah.
You look back now and it's like, well, CGI would do it 20 times better. But at the time, it was really impressive how he turns into the wolf. And I'm watching this. My jaw was just on the seat. And I'm like, holy shit, this is the most horrific thing I've ever seen. You know, you're on mescaline. You know, your whole mind. And the effects are good for the time, but your mind is also adding in other effects and kind of making it look better than it is.
Filling in the blanks.
Yeah, filling in the blanks.
Always made me laugh, mescaline.
Yeah, well, we were laughing, too. Kind of freaked out, though, a little bit, but you were laughing at getting freaked out. Mescaline, very fun drug to take, kids.
Yeah, I remember mescaline. I enjoyed that very much.
That's the one. The colors got so bright. I used to work at Chicago Pizza Pub out on Long Island.
On Jericho?
Yeah, it was the deep dish pizza place.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, used to work there for about a year and a half on
staring at the
mescaline.
pizza pies.
All the time.
Look at the pepperoni.
Yeah,
Look at the
me,
reds.
me
and
and
the
like
kinds of
2,
meats.
3 other guys would walk. We'd be like just mescaline, doing mescaline. Walk in, and the French fries were under the heat lamp. I remember these things vividly. The French fries were waiting to go out under the heat lamp. They were glowing a yellow that I have since never seen a color yellow this bright in my life. I was stunned at how brightly yellow the French fries were. That's what mescaline is.
How long is something like? See, I never had the balls to do something like that.
No.
Any of those like hallucinogens.
Mescaline lasts you a few hours, quite a few, probably 8 hours of really feeling it. Yeah.
Not as hallucinogenic though as acid. Acid was
No,
really
no,
scary.
no.
Mescaline was just kind of like, a little
Colorful.
Yeah.
Get
Fun.
a few things waving around. Very giggly.
Giggly.
New kinds of yellow.
Yeah.
New kinds of bright, vibrant yellows.
Discoveries.
That was it. And you'd laugh at anything.
Let's go to Henry.
Hey, man.
Ohio checking in. What's up, Henry?
I'm doing all right. How about you today?
Hi, Henry.
We're having fun.
Yeah, man. I went and saw Jonathan Livingston Seagull on MDA, which is a great movie, and I just enjoyed it so much.
No one cares.
Get out of here.
What kind of drug is that?
MDA is synthetic coke. So then I went and saw
Coke.
Jaws stoned out of my mind and freaked totally fucking out.
No one cares. What was the movie about?
When Jonathan Livingston Seagull?
Yeah.
About the Siegel, the Eric Siegel book.
It was some hippie book back in the 70s.
Let me tell you that what a piece of shit that book is. When we were on hiatus, I read a lot of books. I decided to read a lot.
Did you read that?
I decided to read. I
But
decided.
the first scene, man.
Oh,
the first
shut
scene
up!
in the book.
Shut up!
Get back in your truck and make your delivery.
The first scene in this book is a gigantic wave breaking with the damn seagull flying.
No, it's not. No, it's not. That's the wrong book. Dude, that's not the book. You're on the wrong book.
But anyway, then I went and saw Jaws.
That's Charlotte's Web.
Jaws just totally freaked me fucking out.
Is your finger paralyzed, Opie?
I'm just amazed.
I'm wondering.
By
I
his
see it on the
stupidity.
mouse. I see the cursor
decided-
over the button, yet he doesn't press it.
I decided to read just a variety of books while we were on hiatus, and I picked up that one because, you know, it's like that hippie book that people talk about. I'm like, what's the big deal with this book, right? It can't be more than 70, 80 pages.
Yeah.
About 50 of the pages are pictures of seagulls.
Ooh. Why?
You could read the book in 15 minutes, tops. But it's a thick book.
It always reminded me of
the
a book
illustrations are just bad pictures of seagulls. Well, I guess it's bad photographs, black and white photography of seagulls, and that's it.
It's a book that like Bill Bixby would have read in that TV series. He was in The Courtship of Eddie's Father. It was like that type of guy would read that back in the 70s. Just an awful, unexciting book for unexciting people.
I was more pissed off that I paid this money for this book, and it was mostly, you know,
pictures of seagulls.
Pictures of black and white
wonderful.
seagulls. I got to bring the book in. I mean, it's laughable, Ant.
And how did they decide to make
Thank
a
you,
movie out of that
sir.
one? Isn't it just a whole dialogue of a
it's
seagull
about
from a seagull?
It's a seagull that dies and then becomes a higher seagull.
He does? Thanks, you ruined it.
Kind of like an angel
Gonna read
that
it.
helps the other seagulls and.
So if you aren't on drugs, you'll really just see through to what a piece of shit the book is. Because that sounds like one of the worst books.
It's just
Isn't that awful?
Sounds like a kid's book with like Jesus mixed into
It's
it.
supposed to be one of these spiritual books, I guess. It's
The animal dies, but then it goes to heaven.
Yeah, it's a
They try to
spiritual book
bamboozle you with some kind of story, but you know what they're getting at. Yeah, it sounds awful.
with limitless expectations of what you could do, I guess.
Fantastic.
Like a
Isn't
seagull.
it like, so I was flying and I decided to dive down and see how fast I could go.
Yeah.
And I caught a fish.
Yeah.
And it was good.
And I ate the fish.
And all
it
the
was
other
tasty.
seagulls laughed at him because he was trying to be more than just a seagull.
And how did
I
he
guess.
die?
I think he crashed.
Did he?
I don't know.
Come on, you got to remember. How did he die?
I think he crashed.
Yeah.
Well, go reread it in the next
Yeah,
minute and
please.
a half.
I'm-
and
the
let us
suspense
know.
is killing me.
I want to know how he
crashed
died.
into a wall or something, and now he's in a higher plane.
Sure, he didn't
With
shut
all the
it.
other seagulls that die, but he's still trying to be better than those seagulls
I heard, though,
now.
he was dead the whole book.
Very much.
Yeah. A twist in the ending.
All right, let's go to Tim. Tim, what's up?
Hey, what's up, Opie, Anthony, Bill, my little retarded grandchild? How y'all doing?
Good, man.
That was mean-spirited.
Certainly was.
Fuck y'all, man. Liquid blotter. Back in the day, man, when Terminator came out, holy shit, let me tell you, them effects when them dudes were melting down and you were tripping on that acid, some of the best shit you ever seen in your life, man. That was amazing TV.
Yeah.
But I want
Amazing.
to see. I didn't do a lot of these hard drugs, so I want to know what you guys are thinking when you're seeing like the Terminator movie on acid and he's melting.
Well, wait, let me tell you what it is, man. What
That's
we
amazing.
had a buddy of mine who used to dip the sheets, and we used to get the liquid from him. You dip a piece of bubble gum in there, and you chomp on that thing, all right? You be chewing on it, 10 minutes, you don't know what's going on. You're waiting for it to kick in. All of a sudden,
Kind of like we're waiting for the story to kick in.
Yeah, exactly. Waiting for it to kick in.
You're just waiting, man, because you don't know what's coming on. All of a sudden, you just see about, like, your hand in front of your face, and you see about 50 hands right behind it, man.
Dude, I know exactly what you're talking about. I remember one time, me and my friends, we ate a plate of sugar cookies and watched Cannonball Run.
Amazing TV.
Yeah. Oh, the outtakes get me.
All right, let's go to George. George, what's up?
Remember that one outtake where Dom DeLuise is supposed to do his line, but he's blowing a bellman?
Then Bert put some hay in his ass. Yeah, I remember that.
His wig falls off and he abuses Lonnie Anderson. Those outtakes.
Oh, the cameo by Judy Carn. He punches her in the face.
Oh, they're wacky.
Sammy Davis can't stay in the same hotel as the rest of them. Fun stuff.
George, what's up?
Yo, I want to know if Abe was working at this pizza parlor. Did the French fries talk to him and tell him not to eat them?
Wow.
Yeah, I was
Punching
tripping,
out,
dude.
punching out.
So I took a bite of the French fry.
Do we break that out again?
And it started crying.
We're going to get back to the Runaway Bride story, but do we break out the acid trip?
I think we should.
Right.
I love this. We should leave the mics on, though.
Yeah, of
I
course.
want to comment over it.
Of course. Bill, have you heard this yet?
No.
It's an old PSA about how you shouldn't do acid, I guess. And this is a hippie chick that's
Where
like...
you going, fan?
Hello, fan. You gave up on us?
Well, I thought my role was to talk about the Runaway Bride audio, and my role is over for now.
Mm-hmm.
All right?
You're very observant.
All right, thanks.
All right.
Back into the little booth.
He has to leave all awkwardly. He wasn't sure when he could leave.
And he's trying to make it look like now's the time. The Notebook.
Yeah. Right. Oh.
Yeah, I saw this on the Notebook.
The
and
Notebook. He's pointing
there.
at something on the Notebook like, oh, I forgot to do this.
Yes,
I better get out of here.
I have to go in there and do nothing.
Right.
He knows his role.
All right, hit this art.
I first dropped acid when I was 18. I was over at these people's house one night. This guy I went to school with was over there and asked me if I wanted to try some acid. I had read about it in the newspapers and heard a few friends talk about it, so I was curious. I was pretty jacked
And
up
excited.
on marijuana, so I decided to try it.
This is a PSA, by the way.
Yeah.
This is some kind of little film they put together that I guess they showed in schools back in the maybe late 60s, early 70s to teach kids about the horrors and dangers of doing drugs. You know, and this girl, who just sounds like she's probably some filthy hippie chick, is conveying one of her experiences.
She has Steve C. diction, though.
Yes, she does.
Perfect diction.
Perfect.
Read about it in the newspapers.
And I dropped it. I don't know what I was waiting for, a flash or a rush or whatever, but I kept sitting there waiting, and nothing was happening. So I got up and then went to the dresser and put on a pair of pink capris and a green and brown blouse.
Hot. Yeah, pink capris.
I didn't hear about underwear.
Getting all dollied up. They didn't wear underwear back then.
Right,
Bill,
the
Jesus.
70s. Big, nasty muff pushing out the front of those capris, I bet.
Let your freak flag fly, bro.
Poking through the zipper.
Okay, hair's just poking through there.
Shaves her awful pussy with a chainsaw. Rotten hippie.
Didn't have weed whackers back then.
Oh.
All right.
Grass
I thought
stains.
the colors were beautiful. So we tripped down to Market Street, and
Of course she did. Now it's kicking in, right?
Good.
The music goes. Now she got dressed. She took it. She figures nothing's happening, but now the music starts.
She's
to
like,
tell
oh well,
you.
that acid's overrated. I might as well go for a walk.
Right.
Put in the Bela Lugosi music.
I put on some Bela Lugosi music and left the house.
She sounds a little like Ed Wood.
Yeah. I like to wear women's clothing. Bella?
Perfect.
You know this
I
voice.
decided
Perfect.
This voiceover is part of her her community service.
Yeah, exactly.
So we tripped down to Market Street, and I decided to buy a hot dog.
Plan 9 from outer space.
I was very hungry, and I had put mustard and ketchup and relish in the usual. And I put the hot dog up to my mouth, and somebody started screaming. I didn't know what was happening, so I looked up at my friend Terry and said, "Did you hear that? Didn't you hear someone scream?" He said no.
Keep sucking.
I got the hot dog up to my mouth again, and I was ready to bite, and the scream got louder. And it hit me. No, it couldn't be. And I looked down at the hot dog, and there was a face on him. Eyes, nose, a mouth. I had put the ketchup to where it looked like his hair. And he started telling me that I couldn't eat him.
No, you can't eat me.
That he had a wife and 7 kids at home to support.
This reminds me of Silence of the Lambs. Whatever became of your hot dog, I ate him.
I ate him.
Why did I stop the whole flow for that? I really thought there was something there, and then as soon as it got quiet, I'm like,
Did your hot dog stop screaming?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of, and then I realized who gives a shit.
I gotta admit, if I listened to this, I would have not. I mean, I never did it anyways. But
Yeah.
I was like that nerdy kid, like when the drug counselor came and everyone laughed at him, but he was thinking, if I can just reach one kid,
You were the one.
I was the dude.
You were the kid.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I didn't do drugs until kind of later in age because I was afraid. Stuff like this would scare the Jesus out of me.
And that
I'd be
dude
like,
told the
"Yeah."
story of the lady smoking so much that she started smoking through her neck.
Yeah.
Well, make a fist and try to breathe through it. That's what emphysema is like. And I'm like, wow, I'm never doing that stuff.
You were easy.
I was, yeah. I never did. I mean,
he was the easy guy.
I didn't do the drugs when I was a kid. When you were supposed to do them, I waited till I was like in my 20s and stuff. Because they used to scare me. Stories like this, you're right, would be like, oh, I don't want to have a bad trip. It was always the bad trip that you'd freak out. It would turn into a Dragnet episode where you put the baby in the oven and put the turkey, tucked
Rip
it
your
into
eyeballs
bed.
out.
Yeah, rip your eyeballs out, something like that.
Jump from the roof because you thought you could fly.
I can fly, man. I'm a bird, man.
Angel dust.
Yeah. Sure, it starts off with marijuana. That's a stepping stone to bigger drugs. Then before you know it, you're doing uppers and downers. And then you're putting the baby in the oven. I'm like, I want to put a baby in the oven. I won't do no drugs.
And I stood there with this hot dog and asked Terry, do you know this hot dog is talking to me? And he says, nah, let's get out of here. He thought I was just faking. And I told him, look at the thing, he's got a face. And he's screaming. And the guy finally looked over and he got on the same trip that I was on.
I would smack her in the face. There's our poor pal, probably just trying to have a little fun. Probably just burned his draft card. He's doing a little acid.
He's having a
walking
good
around.
trip.
He's having a great trip. And this bitch screws it all up with the talking hot dog.
And the guy finally looked over and he got on the same trip that I was on. And we sat there carrying on a conversation with that hot dog. Finally, I decided I was just hallucinating, so I put it in my mouth and bit down. It screamed so loud that you could hear it all over town, so I had to throw it on the ground and step on it. And I was jumping on this hot dog in the middle of Market Street. I realized that I had murdered it. And I took off screaming down the street, scared.
Running, screaming.
Is it any wonder they shot tear gas at those people? Just beat them with clubs?
What a buzzkill, though, man.
Really? Talk about
Jesus.
ruining a trip. She murdered the hot dog.
I want to know who did the music. There was some 80-year-old guy. And you hallucinate. He's got a little Casio.
Yeah, we got to make it sound all
No,
weird.
That doesn't sound like hallucination. Let me try a few more things here. No, that sounds like a ghost. Damn it.
Screw it. We're pressed for time. Just throw it. Get me the Moog synthesizer. Yeah, that sounded like Yoko Ono.
What, the music?
Yeah, the screaming.
All right, do we play the audio of the fiancé finally?
Ooh.
Yes.
Or do we want to take leaks and stuff?
Well, I have to tinkle, but, whatever you guys want to do, I'm here.
There's something about her face. She looks like she likes anal, even though she's a virgin.
Yeah.
Doesn't she just look like she would?
Those eyes look like she just had one jammed in for the first time.
I was going to say, it looks like she still has one in there.
Yeah, there's something about
hey.
her. I'm telling you.
All right, why don't we take a break?
Every time I see that
regroup
poster,
then.
I laugh, though. The case is solved, cold feet.
Yeah.
Cold feet, and then they got a little graphic of a running bride. She's running away.
Boy, they live in a cute community, don't they?
Those people are fun. They know how to have fun.
Oh, boy.
I bet people pass the sign and go, "Aw." They make that sound. Aw.
What a nice guy he is.
What is this about? Gary in North Carolina. What's up, Gary?
Hey, you guys remember the PSA, the Goody Man? Hey,
Yes.
kids, gather round, the Goody Man's in town.
Yes.
No.
And then he had the aeroplane glue.
No.
No.
I remember
Come
that.
on.
I do remember it.
Do you really?
It's hilarious.
Yeah,
You guys
Jimmy
gotta
remembers
play
it. Jimmy, why don't you tell him about it?
The guy, he would show up with the airplane glue. He was like the goody man, bringing stuff.
You remember watching it with a friend of yours, just sitting around, your friend goes, wow, drugs, they're dangerous.
Yeah, because that was what the goody man was doing. He would bring glue and stuff.
Right.
Wow,
right.
Jimmy really knows about it.
Wow.
Huh.
All right, punch it out.
All right.
Love how you just bullshit people.
All right, why don't we do something from our Demented World CD, featuring some tracks today. Bill Burr in studio, and we'll play the audio of the fiancée. She's still, he's going to marry her.
Yes, he's not backing out. Even though she took off, he's still marrying her.
All right, we'll
What
get
an
to the
ass.
audio.
She's got to be the
just
hottest
a few
person
minutes.
in like that area code down there, right?
You
No,
think?
she's supposed to be a virgin too. Supposedly, right?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll get,
Creepy.
We'll
Both
get into
virgins.
He's doing something to her.
it. Something's going on.
May I help you?
Yes, butt plugs?
Who?
Butt plugs, please.
Spark plug, just a moment. Hardware, how can I help you?
Butt plugs?
What is it?
Butt plugs.
A what box?
Butt plugs.
A bud box?
Butt plugs.
I'm not following what you're saying.
Butt plugs.
I have a bad connection. I don't understand. What is it?
Butt plugs.
Bud box? Is it like a receptacle you're talking about?
Butt plugs, yeah.
What kind of plug is it? A spark plug you're talking about?
Butt plugs.
Oh, hold on. Hello. What are you looking for?
Butt plug?
Spark plug. What kind?
Butt plug.
What kind of a spark plug?
No, butt plug.
I just don't understand you, sir. I'm sorry.
Butt plug?
A spark plug.
Butt plug.
Bug plug?
Butt plug.
Never heard of it. What do you use it for?
Butt plug.
Huh?
Butt plug.
What do you use it for, sir?
Butt plug. Butt plug. Butt plug. Butt plug.
Yeah. Butt lug?
Butt plug.
I know, but what do you use it on? What do you use it in? I'm trying to
Butt plug. Butt plug.
Yeah, okay, I got you a spark plug. There's all kinds of spark plugs.
Butt plug. Butt plug. Butt plug.
Butt?
Butt plug.
Sorry, sir, we don't understand what you want.
Butt plug. Butt plug.
I don't know. We don't carry that.
Butt plug?
Yeah, we don't carry it.
Thank you.
All right.
Like sands through the hourglass, so is the Holiday virus.
I'm my savior. I'm not your savior. I'm just Beth. Cool Beth.
Beth, my girlfriend.
Oh, Miss Boring Clothes. What am I scaring you? Want me to scare you? Bow, bow, bow. Beth. Yeah.
Bear no mind. It's just a harmless retard. Just don't make eye contact.
I'm having you.
That is hilarious.
Oh, is that the best line ever?
Another intolerant person on the bus.
Meanwhile, to me, those are the best people so far.
Of course.
Hendry and those two.
Hendry. An intolerant person. It's just a harmless retard. Don't make eye contact.
Absolutely true.
Oh,
Big
wow.
dummy with panda legs. That's what she has. Legs like a fat white panda. She should be tugging a windbreaker through a cage. Fat whore.
I'm hearing you. So, when you gonna take me for a ride in your car with a green car with my caseworker? Oh, Olivia, huh? Yeah, it's Olivia. She's pretty and she's nice. Oh, that's a house where me and Eugene live. I think he's a jerk. You think he's a jerk, Rick?
I don't think he's a jerk. I think he's a little impatient.
Yeah, well, he put up that sign in the bathroom that says only employees can use it.
That didn't stop you, though, did it?
No, because I'm a person, and it's just a bathroom. If I use it, I don't think I'm hurting anybody.
Yeah.
That's great. Employees work all day.
Sometimes I go in there and I
retard
don't
lounge.
have to go to the bathroom just to wash my hands and make them mad. Just to wash my hands.
How stupid can one person be?
Sometimes I just wash my hands.
Oh, you work hard and that dummy walks in and takes one of her retard dumps. There's gum and pennies in it. Little shards of glass and fur.
Anthony. The virus is spreading.
That's crazy. You're checking out the Opie and Anthony program. In studio, Bill Burr, talking about Wild Boys during the break.
Oh, those guys, insane. How they're not dead. Steve-O and Chris
You see the one where they went laying in the hammock about 8 feet off the ground and they hung like pork chops and ham and all this shit from the hammock, and all these lionesses come up and they're laying in it, laughing and stuff. And as each lion, it starts rocking the hammock, and they literally fall down. There's like 6 lions. And I think one of them jumped on that dude's Chris's back for half a second and then saw like a pork chop and went for that thing. And you hear the cameraman going, dude, run away, run away, run away.
Yeah.
And they just run out of it. I just would figure that the second they get your hands on you, you're dead.
You're dead. How they're not dead. They did one thing where they had these hyenas, which are vicious, these big, like muscular hyenas, and they get out of their vehicle with hams, these huge hams, and they're playing ham football, like keep away from the hyena. So the hyena goes running for the guy with the ham, one of them, and like Steve-O, and then he'll throw it to Chris right when the hyena gets to him, and the hyena stops, turns around, and starts running toward Chris. They were playing keep away. But they couldn't keep it up fast enough, so at one point they threw it while the hyena's still rushing towards Steve-O. Steve-O catches the ham, and he's like, ah! Drops it down and runs back to the vehicle.
And they're always in like a thong too.
Yeah.
So when they get attacked, there's like not even like a layer of like jeans or something.
Oh, they're in like G-strings. They're ball bags swaying.
They got to be on a lot of drugs, though. I mean, I know they're crazy and they got big balls and all that, but
I don't know how they
have to
do
be
it.
high or something.
The zebra suit, where they dressed up in the zebra suit. It was a front and back, the old classic vaudevillian horse suit type thing, where I guess Steve-O was the ass and Chris was the head. And they're walking down this little dirt road, and there's lions. There are lions following this thing, looking at it like, all right, it kind of looks like what we eat, but it's a little different, so let's just investigate this. They, like, kind of loped up on it, kind of a slow trot, and then stopped short and looked. And
then they were running full speed from far away. It looked like a
from far
zebra.
away. They're running
and then
full
they're coming
speed,
up like
ready to just sink their teeth into the throat of this thing, take it back to the pride, and eat. And then they get close. It's like, wait, what?
Is that the Toys R Us zebra?
This is a little weird. And then one of them jumped up on the back, put its claws into the costume, and started biting on the like the tailbone of this thing, which isn't a tailbone because it's Steve-O. And you hear from in the costume, ah! Ah! How they don't die?
There has to be somebody there with like
a gun. It has to
think?
Be. Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know.
But even then, I mean, if the thing just grabbed you by your neck,
you're dead. Yeah. You can shoot that thing 20 times. It's still going to, I'm taking you with me, pal.
Maybe they're drugging the animals a little bit.
I don't think so.
Just a little bit to take the edge off. Something's going on. It seems like they're taking too many chances.
I think they're just too completely, they're too idiots.
Yeah, but you still have to get through MTV and Viacom, who owns MTV.
But get through what?
And lawsuits and all sorts of things that could happen when
they're in fucking Africa.
I know, but
they probably signed their lives away.
When you're TV, you're doing a TV show, you can't just have these guys risking their lives without.
Opie, you're just taking all the fun out of this show.
Yeah. You know something? I consider myself pretty hip when it comes to debunking a lot of this stuff.
But I guess we got to ask Steve next time he's on. Why would they allow all this to happen?
Dude, they don't care about us. They probably don't.
Yeah.
They probably don't even give a shit. So if they died, think of the ratings. Think of the DVD box sets.
Every time I see that show, it blows me away. Like most people, I'm terrified of snakes.
Mm-hmm.
And they walk up to one, they're like, "This is a python." Most people get worried about being constricted to death, but a lot of people don't know it also has a really bad bite. Never do this. And he puts a blindfold on and he just starts reaching towards it.
Oh,
and this thing is just most evil reptilian hiss ever. And Steve was going a little closer, and things just whap right on his hand. He's like, ah! Wraps itself around him, and he's just running around, jumping up and down with this python, just like these fangs just in his hand,
sunk in his
literally
hand.
for like 15 seconds before somebody comes in and starts pulling these things off, and like this hand just total
That's
blood.
Nuts.
He's like, never do this.
Who said it's
Herman Munster laugh.
Did you say it's like the live Beavis and Butthead or something like that? Yeah.
Live action Beavis and
I
Butthead.
didn't see that episode. That sounds like one
I've seen them all. They're amazing.
Well,
it's like it blows away your childhood memories of Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom.
Yeah. Well, that's out on DVD now, the Wild Boys first season, whatever. All right, we got to play this audio.
Yes.
We got the fiancé of the runaway bride on our friend's show there, Sean Hannity.
Hannity, right?
Hannity had the exclusive interview with the fiancé, and he's saying he's going to still marry the broad. So, good for you. Good for you.
It got me to thinking, all right, the cops have been around here like 5 or 6 times asking me the same story over and over again. I better be careful in what I say and how I say it. So it was really, sometime Wednesday night, the realization just kind of hit me, and then it just, I wasn't real good after that. My mind was really worse than it was to begin with.
Yeah, it's that whole guilt thing we were talking about yesterday. Even though he knew he had nothing to do with this, he was feeling the guilt and going, "Oh, I got to be careful here. They're thinking I might be a suspect."
Yeah,
here.
you know you didn't do anything bad. We talked about it yesterday. How sometimes I'll walk into a store and I don't buy anything, and when I leave, I feel like I have to keep my hands well away from my pockets and linger by the door for a little while.
Say something friendly to the lady behind the register.
Yeah, or stop by the magazines. Like, oh, if I was stealing something, would I stop here by the magazines? I would be rushing out of the store. Like, you got to try to make yourself look more innocent than you are, even though you didn't steal anything.
When I walk out of the store and the thing goes off, I swear to God I do this all the time, I just take off running.
Do you run?
Oh, yeah, really fast, and it gets a good laugh, and oh, you come back here. You.
Oh, he's white.
Oh, all right, check my stuff.
Just let him go.
It's the worst. Why is Nathaniel back in here?
Welcome back, Fan.
Oh, Than's back.
I thought I'd come back and offer nothing some more.
All right. Good job.
Thank you.
Remember the days these guys would just put the audio together for us?
Yeah.
Now they feel like because they put it together, they have to...
That it's theirs.
That it's theirs, and they should sit in on the segment.
This is when the fiancé was on the Than show.
All right, here's the fiancé talking about the lie detector test.
Mm-hmm. When you sat there for that lie detector test, what's going through your mind? Oh, man, I was mad. I was mad that I had to leave the house because that's where I felt safest was in my rooms or in my kitchen or on my back deck because I had my friends and family, my church family, and Jennifer's family there with me. It was really...
church family?
Uh-oh. Trouble there.
A nerd. Boy, the worst thing you can ever do is go to church.
Yeah.
You just end up like this.
Yep.
My church, what are they going to think?
Bill,
really,
you got some
family.
He's got some brilliant material on priests and churches. I don't know.
Yeah, they love it down there.
It's
down south. Hey, Jesus hater.
It's brilliant though.
I bet
he's a Jew.
Adam in Alabama was selling my CDs out in the parking lot afterwards. One of those horrendous gigs where they don't have any place where you can stand and just sell all your bullshit. And that's where that dude came up. He's like, "Hey, Jesus hater." Because I was talking about how I can't be a Catholic anymore because they were, fucking the kids, right? And he somehow, in his head...
Jesus hater.
I hate Jesus because I don't approve of adults fucking children.
Right.
Right.
And it's like, dude, are you even listening to what... They don't listen. I've noticed, that is, people always talk about, if you talk about race on stage, no. I'm telling you, it's that stuff because those people will actually, shoot you...
Really? They're sensitive about religious things when you are trying to do something
really
comedy-oriented?
Groundbreaking commentary here.
You mean people could actually, lose their jobs or something over something that perhaps happened in a church?
Oh,
something
that's
like
right.
that?
I'm sorry, guys.
They are sensitive.
They sure are.
I can't believe I forgot that. What an ass.
We've done material on everything, and that's the thing that gets us thrown off.
Oh, yeah.
Because, they're crazy people. They are absolute crazy people.
Your take on the priest thing is great, though. While you're sitting there and you listen.
Is that a setup, Opie?
Yeah,
well, not really.
He's really trying to reel me in here.
He really
You don't want to do it on the air, though,
Let me
probably?
tell you something, people. Going to church, is this wacky?
No.
I mean, come on. We've all done it.
Yeah. I don't even mean it like that, because...
That sound effect is the end of your career.
No, Bill, I don't even mean it like that because we can have a conversation about it. I'm not trying to set you up to do a 5-minute bit, but just your observation about how you sit.
My point is, I'm not going to church and listening to another human being telling me where I'm going when I'm dying.
There you go.
That's it.
Yeah.
If God wants to come down and fill you in, there you go.
Because you get confused sometimes. I was brought up...
wall, do something supernatural, and then I'm going to list you. But other than that, it's all a guess.
Yeah.
That's it.
Some guy's interpretation.
I was brought up Catholic, went to church a lot, and you start looking at this guy like he's he's better than you or whatever, or more important, or
More holy.
or more holy,
Closer to God.
And he brings up the point, somebody was making fun of this kid in gym class somewhere.
Yeah.
He's just like you and I.
Yeah.
It's like, holy crap, you're right, Bill. Jesus,
I'm
why am I
just a
listening to this guy?
man.
Like you.
You're a man of God. There is no God.
All right, back to the audio here.
My church group.
More about the lie detector test.
Really, it was a time of upliftment at different times. It was really
upliftment.
To have
What's
safe
that?
haven, I guess is the right word. So having to leave that didn't help. Just leaving the house, number one, I got mad. Just having to leave there. I was mad at the lawyer for making me go do the lie detector test. I was mad at my parents for driving me there. I was mad at the guy giving the lie detector test because that's what he did for a living. And I was just mad at the stupid test because I had to do it. I was just angry, so angry.
Angry.
These two deserve each other. Have
They
fun.
really do.
Have a great life together.
You know how you answer that question? You
They're in
go,
a community
I was
that I can't even
petrified. I was petrified that it was going to come back and say that I was lying because I was so freaked out that I didn't know what the hell was going on.
Yeah, the way he's answering these, how angry he was, that's what he should have felt when he found out that she just jumped on the bus.
Yeah, how did you feel when you found out it was your wife taken off and not abducted? I was angry. There you go.
Yeah, I felt like I wish I killed her.
As a matter of fact, I might. Yeah, he's all angry that they gave him a lie detector test.
Can you even relate to these people? They have a church family, and the community gets together.
The whole small little town is going to be at
How
his
creepy
wedding.
is a church group? You guys ought to have a mole on this show.
Creepy.
Just go in there and wear like a wire, just to listen to what they talk about at their picnic. Jesus made that jam.
Yeah. Oh,
Sorry.
this is such good chicken. Praise the Lord for this chicken. And everything is done in this biblical, like, whatever they are, those little paragraphs they do. What do they call those? Psalms. Is it a psalm?
Praise his name.
Yeah, they always got to throw those things in.
Yeah.
It can't just be, hey, good job. Good job on the chicken.
Bunch of
Praise Jesus on the barbecue chicken. Such a great job.
Let's say hi to Tony in New York. Tony.
Hey, boys. Hey, sweet tits.
Hi.
Am I the only one that had more respect for this asshole when he was an accused murderer?
Yeah, when we all thought he killed her. Like we all did.
Plus, you hadn't heard him talk yet.
No.
Yeah, and didn't realize he said Wednesday instead of Wednesday, which really irritates me on principle. There's no I in that word.
All right, let's go back to the audio here. Some of the questions that were asked on the lie detector test.
What kind of questions were they asking during that test? Pretty easy ones, though. I mean, it wasn't, did you have anything to do with Jennifer's disappearance? No. Do you know where Jennifer is right now? No.
No.
What else was it? Did you harm Jennifer? No.
Did you pass the 6th grade? No.
I felt, when I was done, a certain feeling of upliftitude.
Here's a great question. Were people too quick to suspect?
No.
Do you think people were too quick to start pointing the finger of suspicion?
Absolutely they were, and I understand this, and I understood this at the time, and I just couldn't get by. I couldn't get it through from my heart to my head, or vice versa. Statistically, I was guilty, and I get that. But anybody that knew me or knows anything about me would know that that's just, it's insane. And I understand the FBI and the GBI and all those people, they don't know me. But if they talked to anybody that was around me, they'd have to get some sense to know that, of course we need to look at him, but maybe we need to focus somewhere else.
Please, slow down. They thought that all Scott Peterson's family and in-laws and everything were right behind him saying what a great guy he is and there's no way he did it. That other buffoon that shot his wife in the head while she was sleeping, saying that he was going to go off to college back east. Same thing. Both sides of the family. This is a wonderful guy. They have a wonderful life together, loving, blah, blah, blah. The people that know you are the last people that have an accurate representation of what you're all about and if you have the potential of doing something like this. The last people. You know who knows? The cops. The
isn't
FBI.
It like most of the time it's somebody you know?
Yeah. And when a wife disappears or a fiance, girlfriend, you always look at the husband or boyfriend because it's usually them that's taken him away or killed him or something. And the cops know it. The people that are closest to you, they're the most oblivious to the whole thing. People that know me, they are the ones that knew. They're the ones that have it wrong usually.
I'm so terrified of going to jail. Even if I didn't do it, I would flunk the lie detector test.
That's what I feel like, too.
Talking about yesterday.
That's my whole guilt thing.
Yeah.
I would do the same thing. Do you know about her disappearance? No.
I just really think I'm going to get raped.
Yeah, you're thinking, how do you take a lie detector test
going up and down?
Blood's
pumping.
Jim Norton, everybody. Thinking about it. Yeah, prison is that's just the worst thing that could possibly happen. And there you are, all of a sudden your wife takes off like this, puts you in the situation where you're like, holy shit, they could put me in prison for this. What if she did disappear somewhere? She goes off on this lark. You know, someone takes her out into the desert. I mean, it was a lark, Jimmy.
I usually hate that word, but this is perfect. That's
it was a lark. I just picture a lark with your arms flailing around as you're running off somewhere. It's a lark. You know, you're just flailing. You can't stroll away as you're on a lark. And then she ends up dead in the desert. They never find her. And there have been trials and convictions without bodies, you know?
True.
All of a sudden, now this guy's got to defend himself knowing he didn't do it.
That's how awful is that to go to jail without having had the satisfaction of watching those ugly bug eyes finally close for one final time.
Kind of pop out. Imagine how big they'd get if you choked her.
They'd probably get small.
Oh, how disappointing. Look, they're getting smaller.
Oh, for Pete's sake.
Punch her in the stomach and watch. Oh, there they go.
Jesus told me to do this.
Yeah.
How awful is this marriage going to be? For the next 30 years, every argument is going to end with, you ran off to Vegas with a Puerto Rican, you whore.
That's the closer of every argument.
You were out drinking. You ran to Vegas with a Puerto Rican whore. I'll go to bed.
Night. Will you be here in the morning, bitch?
Sorry, I don't have foreskin and another white lady to take you out with.
All right, she's the victim, Anthony.
What?
That's what the fiancé is going to say here.
She wants the world to know that's not her, and she is very sorry, and she's in pain, and she's a victim here as well. She wants everybody to know that she's got some things that she's got to figure out.
This guy's redefining pussy whip.
Oh my God! He's not even married.
He's never banged her.
Never banged her.
Never had
not
sex.
married.
Even more so.
Yeah.
We're getting to that clip. Never had sex, Bill.
Pussy whipped. Oh.
He's delusional.
She's a victim.
This is what Jesus does to you.
He has no idea what he's getting himself into.
She's a victim here. Oof. Give him
Forget
a few
about
years.
me almost being incarcerated.
Yeah, lie detector tested. I was angry about that. I tell you.
I think he's the good Christian, and she might have been dragged into this whole kind of lifestyle. And,
the whore.
Yeah, and I think she's starting to get freaked out by it. The whole church family and the community stopping by constantly with religious crap.
You know something?
Yeah.
That might be it. This whole thing he's in looks like a cult to her. And she's so deeply tied up in it now that she just had to get the hell out of there.
Yeah, the more you listen, the more you want to get on a bus and get away from that guy.
And get away from this guy as quickly as possible.
Maybe she's really not the kook.
Yeah,
trying to play all angles here.
I don't know. I heard her 911 call. Then again, maybe she just panicked. But I don't know. That 911 call was pretty.
Awful 911 call.
Yeah.
Worse acting than Voss.
She really was awful. You ever see Voss and White Chicks Incorporated? Well,
bad.
No. Bad would have been 4 steps up. He was beyond downright awful.
I saw Voss in the one with Louis Black, and Jim Norton, of course, is in that one. Rick Delgado. Rick Delgado.
Oh, the gynecologist.
Was it the gynecologist?
Yes.
No, or was it the one where they had sex with the mob guy's daughter?
That's the gynecologist.
That is the gynecologist.
Well, I'm in that scene too, where Voss comes up and him and Rick Delgado are like trying to figure out if they're police officers.
Voss is so bad.
Hold on a minute. It's so weird you just mentioned that. I'm serious. I've been emailing back and forth with Adam Dubin, who directed the movie.
Mm-hmm.
He's got an outtake reel that he's FedExing to us. We should have tomorrow.
Get it,
God.
He said that scene was so awful. That was the best he could do with it, and he had to chop a few of Voss's takes together to make it look almost passable.
Oh,
he says you gotta hear the outtakes. So what we need, Eric, is the actual scene. So we'll play the scene and then we'll play the outtakes. Hopefully tomorrow we should have it.
Great.
Out of nowhere, Adam Dubin says you want to throw Voss under the bus. I was going through some outtakes, and you guys gotta play this on the show. He says it was like over and over and over again. He couldn't get his lines right.
Ellen's 1-minute dance. They now have a graphic with a counter on it Ellen does her dance.
God.
And now she's stealing the coats again. She walks up and takes people's coats off their chair and then gives it to somebody else.
Wow.
45 seconds into her 1-minute dance.
You can see she's almost sick of doing it now.
Oh, we said
Of
that.
course she
Bill,
is.
we said that last week. It was a goofy bit she started, and now she hates doing it.
And they have the clock with the little legs and
And
arms.
it's dancing.
Like it's dancing. Oh, they should show the clock with its face in the crotch of another clock of the same gender.
I was trying to keep it at a minute. That's what I'm trying to. My goal is 1 minute dance. I faked people out. Everybody was still standing, and I sat down too soon. I have 5 seconds left. Give it to me.
Oh, Ellen.
Oh, look, she's going to give the audience what they came to see.
You know, when you see so much anger and hatred on TV, it's just good to see somebody in just such a great mood.
Natured
Good
dancing.
point, Bill. Good point.
Wholesome family
It is
value
wholesome.
entertainment.
That's right.
Still got pussy juice on the side
Yeah,
of her
she's
face.
got a
With your coworkers or your friends.
Oh, that's
I
great.
don't encourage
Hey, Ellen,
gambling,
how
but
was that
it's a good
Subway
way to
sandwich?
make
What are you
money
talking
on the
about?
side.
Forget it.
But we're going to be doing that. I'm not going to be able to see it. But
Did you get the Italian with everything on it? Ellen, you got a little glaze. We're going to be right back.
Our first guest today.
Oh, it's just awful.
See her arch her back like a cat and spit a big hairball of pubes up on that carpet.
And those fucking Midwestern hens dancing and clapping along with
they
her.
love it.
Yuck.
She touched my coat.
They get in. They're probably standing on the line talking to each other. You're going to dance when Ellen dances? Oh, of course. I'm dancing when Ellen
It's gonna
dances.
be a riot.
Oh, it's going to be great.
They're all out of step and clapping and looking at the camera. And Fatzos.
We're going to add another comedian to the discussion here, Anthony.
Ooh.
Very funny guy, Bill Dwyer. Bill?
Comic smorgasbord.
Good word.
Hey, Bill?
I'm here. What?
Hello, Bill.
Hello, Bill.
What's
You
up?
got me on the satellite already?
Yeah, we got Opie, we got Anthony, we got Jim Norton, and we got Bill Burr.
Norton.
What's up,
Me
buddy?
and Norton go back.
How are you, man?
Norton and I have done failed pilots together.
Oh, yeah, what was that we did together?
Norton, couch potato video for VH1.
That's right. Holy
Couch
Norton.
potato video.
It was awful. Me and Florentine were roommates. And Bill, what did you do in that? You were married to what?
I was married to something. I can't remember.
Girl,
her name.
right?
How does
She
a
was
pilot
delightful, though.
fail on VH1?
It was
Yeah,
horrendous.
really.
Doesn't everything just go to
You
air?
seen what they take?
It was awful.
I can't. Yeah, it's like VH1's only failed pilot. Everything
Yeah.
else.
Everything else
makes it
went on the air.
It was brutal. I do remember that.
Me and Norton, they were like, no, this just isn't going to make it.
You work with everybody, Jimmy.
Every comedian that comes in, Jim did some kind of pilot
Something.
Something that failed. I've been involved in every career failure of every comic.
Jim was on the failed pilot for I Love the Colors for VH1. There a bunch of people sitting around going, yeah, Red. I remember Red. Red. Oh, yeah, I saw a stop sign yesterday. It was red. Christ almighty.
It was funny when McLean Stevenson came in last week and we talked about my days on Hello, Larry.
Oh, my God, that's a good one.
You know,
And the
VH1
spin-off, Hello, Larry Holmes. Went nowhere.
What's up, Bill?
VH1's doing another I Love the 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
They sent me a fax. They're so out of shit to talk about. They were like, do you remember that movie Airport? Do you remember all those one-liners George Kennedy had? And I'm like, no, I don't. I actually canceled it. They would literally, at this point, they're listing them. I was like, I would have to do research.
That was a huge hit for VH1, but haven't they run out of years by now?
Yeah.
I mean, stop.
Yeah.
I love the 80s returns, and at that point they were like, you remember what would you do for a Klondike bar?
Oh,
It's
great. Yeah.
It's over.
One of
How
the
about the
staples
fact
of the
that-
80s.
How about the fact that they're doing I Love the 90s? And, of course, I'm doing them, too. But, yeah, I remember one of the I Love the 90s things. It was like, Frasier. Remember Frasier? It's like, yeah, I remember watching the season finale just last night.
Yeah, you start getting to, the early 90s you can get away with, but you start getting to 99, it's like, yeah, I do remember that. It's still affecting me.
Coming up,
Yeah,
the new
exactly.
show I loved, March 2005.
Yeah. Well, best week ever. They do that.
Yep.
Best week ever. They do a whole thing just like those shows, but on the past week.
Hey, we even got rooked into Best Week
Oh,
Ever.
I know. Thank God they used one clip.
We had a little cameo in that.
We are so eager to just do things.
Not really.
So
Yes,
eager to get
really.
your mug on
They-
TV, aren't you?
You know what it is? Somebody starts yapping to you about this stuff, and you're like, it sounds like a good idea. I watched the show, I stop on it and watch.
Prove
So
my Q rating.
yeah, let me go on and we'll check. And then they hand you these papers, and you're like, yeah, say this, do this, comment about this. Well, I don't know what to...
Yeah,
well,
and
if
then
you
you
don't...
get the week that Terry Schiavo died. Best week ever.
Thumbs up for Terry Schiavo.
I remember when Terry Schiavo died. Yeah, that was funny. Yeah.
Dude, they got me for the VH1 year-end clips thing.
Yeah.
And everything I said was just uncalled for. Oh, she's a pig. She should drop dead. They use like nothing. They show like one pan of me smiling, and that was my appearance.
Yeah, that was
Did they pay you for it, Jimmy?
You know what? I don't know, but I don't think I'll do them for free anymore because they're awful.
Yeah.
I don't think I got paid. The VH1 doesn't pay anything.
Yeah, a lot of them you do for free.
It's exposure.
Yeah, they never use your clips. They always use what's that guy's name that they always use? Not Michael Ian Black and then the other guy.
They use the guy that you got pissed... yeah, Hal Sparks.
Hal Sparks.
Oh, he's
terrific. The guy that, he got pissed off at Jimmy.
Yeah, he got mad at me on Tough Crowd because I fucking did the door trick on him, and he's a fucking baby.
What, he was on Tough Crowd?
We did it together, and I would do this thing in the dressing room where I would do it to everybody, where I'm standing at the door, and I would just do it to show off with, like, Patrice and Dumb Keith, and I would ask them a question, and when they start answering it, I slam the door in mid-sentence. And I fucking got everybody with that. And, of course, guys like Stephen Colbert laughed because he's a funny guy. But Hal was like, I just don't see the joke in it. Of course you don't, because you're not funny, stupid. Of course you don't see the joke in it. Sorry I'm not traipsing around pretending to be a homosexual. Fucking zilch.
I love stuff like that. You know what I love to do when somebody gives me a business card? I just rip it in half right in front of them. And then I get another one.
Dude, I am banned. I can't get a gig in the DC Improv because some guy that's close to the owner came to the Stretch Factory one time, and just to goof off, he gave me a card, and I ripped it up and threw it on the floor. And he's like, what are you doing? I'm like, come on, man, I'm just joking. Let me have one. He gave me the next one, ripped it up, threw it on the floor, and I cannot get a gig in the fucking DC Improv. So fuck that club.
Oh, that is a scumbaggy thing to do.
But it's a goof. It's like you're in comedy and you don't get that? Come on.
Course.
I would fucking howl if somebody did that to me.
Boy,
You sound like that doing the right stuff. It was a glitch. The hatch flew. It was a lark.
You screwed the pooch, Gus.
I don't even know who he means, and I just know I sound like an ass.
That's funny. Bill, we didn't want you to wait, but we're in the middle of playing the audio of the fiancé of the runaway bride.
Oh, that poor sap. He's forgiven her, though, which is sweet.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's about where we're getting to here. Here's a clip where he's basically saying he still loves her. Listen to this. Hopefully you can hear it on the phone.
Do you still love her? Absolutely. Yeah, I just because we haven't walked down the aisle, just because we haven't stood in front of the 500 people and said our I do's, my commitment before God to her was the day I bought that ring and put it on her finger.
Just because you almost drove across
and I'm not backing down from that now.
Big talker. Big talker.
What an ass. He doesn't even realize he can get out of this now. I made my commitment.
Before God.
Before God. When I gave her the ring. Ugh.
Yeah, I don't know if God recognizes rings. Hey, well, at least she was trying to take it easy on him, I mean, most girls just go, hey, why don't you go fuck yourself? But she goes, you know what, I'm going to get on a bus and go to Las Vegas, and then I'm going to double back to Albuquerque. And then we're all good.
Well, everyone accuses you of murdering me.
Yeah, but she saved him the embarrassment of being left at the altar.
Hey, Scott Peterson has really made it tough for us married guys who actually wanted a rowboat for Christmas.
Yeah. That's a great one. It's a tough one.
Wow.
Telling your wife you want to go fishing.
All right, let's go.
Christmas Eve.
Let's go to the next clip.
She's very loving, very caring. Never met a stranger. Just loves people and little kids in particular. Her mom always says she's put on this earth to be a mother, so we're looking forward to that one day.
So was Yates.
Just very gracious, very welcome anybody into her home and take care of them, kind of Southern girl.
Brought on this earth to be a mother.
So was Yates.
What?
Andrea Yates.
Gotta call the crib removal service.
Oh my God. That big crib removal service truck pulls up.
Wow, we normally don't get called for 5 of them. What happened?
Oh my God.
For another $20, we'll take the baby seat.
With a cute cartoon logo on the side of the van.
All right, you might as well throw those 10 shoes in.
Oh my God.
God, you're the worst.
Oh, that's great.
Bill, comment?
What? I got nothing. What's he talking about?
Oh, Andrea Yates. She
sure.
was a mom, too, and
Yeah.
I'm sure everything was fine and dandy there.
Wow. All right, well.
She drove them into a lake.
That was Susan Smith.
Yeah, Susan Smith. Andrea Yates gave her 5 little kids a bath. A bath that no bath mat or towels were needed for after it was done.
The soap was just a lure to get them to the tub. Mommy. I can't even.
I was going to say, Jesus Christ.
Oh, man. My God. All right, let's go to another clip here from the fiancé.
Our relationship is from that standpoint is still very pure. We have not, broken the sanctity of marriage yet, if that's the right way of putting it. In God's eyes, our relationship is still very pure. But we did sleep under the same roof from time to time, and that has come up this week, and I know that's been a question on a lot of people's minds, but we weren't technically living together.
What? They're not technically living together?
They haven't done it yet.
No, they're virgins, both of them.
But they sleep in the same house every once in a while?
This guy is just so worked up to have sex with her. That's why he's taking her back. That's it.
He's on TV.
Yeah, he's not going through all this without banging her once.
Yeah, all this that's gone on, and he's just going to let her go and have to go through the whole thing. And he's one of these church guys, so he knows that the road to him getting laid, if he has to go and ditch this girl, is so long.
He's going to have to go a courting again.
Right, a courting. Well, there, Jethro, put on your courting clothes. And he's going to have to go courting and then bring her to the church, and there's this whole long thing, the engagement, the marriage. So he's not getting laid for years.
He's this close.
He's so close.
And how old is he? 40?
Probably, yeah, 30s, right?
Close, yeah.
He's an older gentleman.
Anything over 20 at that when you're dealing with that.
Got to meet mom again and have biscuits and all that family nonsense.
Well, he's coming over for vittles.
Well, he's done.
Well,
he's never getting married now.
Well, we have one more clip here.
He's through.
You have no doubt in your mind you want to still get married.
Yeah.
In other words.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we need some things need to happen first, and we need to talk about a few things, and she needs some treatments, if for lack of a better word.
Treatments, what they call
would you worry that
abuse.
this would be an indicator how she may deal with stressful situations, which we all know will come up in the course of a marriage?
Right. No.
We need a fellow to pull that tapeworm out of her stomach. That's what we need to do. She needs some treatment. She needs some treatment.
Those treatments are going to be
She needs
either on your stomach or on your side.
Only on your stomach in this house.
In this house.
He's only going to fuck her like Dwight from This Boy's Life.
Yeah.
On your stomach or on your side. That's how you get it in this house.
Pulling her hair. Can I turn over? Look you in the face? Oh, that's great.
He's going to put on a Boy Scout uniform and just fuck her. Sodomize her brutally.
Like Dwight.
Her eyes will dry as they're on the pillow.
Crucifix hanging over the bed. Asking for forgiveness as you're doing it.
She's got those Clockwork Orange eyes just wide open.
Putting drops in them.
Yeah. As he violates her keister, just drops over.
Well, we want to thank Sean Hannity for the audio, for helping us out with that.
I'm sure he's thrilled that we're talking about it.
Yeah. Sean knows us. We're like his retarded brother.
Yeah, sure. We get along in a weird way.
Bill, you doing a show on VH1 or something now?
I did a show for MTV called That 70s House, and we're shooting a new season of Extreme Dodgeball. How about that, huh?
For MTV?
No, that's for Game Show Network.
What was that 70s House?
It's a reality show for MTV, huh? Can you figure that? Reality show for MTV. And they bring 10 kids into a house, and they think it's a real world kind of thing, but instead they make them dress and eat and talk and dance 70s, and it's pretty funny.
Do the kids like it?
Huh?
The kids like it?
What?
What they should have done for that 70s house is gotten, like, people who are all 70 and then just hired someone to come in and hit them.
Put marbles and Vaseline on the floor. Watch those graham cracker hips just shatter.
And no ramp. All steep stairwells.
Oh, that's fucking...
that I'd tune into.
Yeah,
marbles and Vaseline.
Oh, my goodness.
When does that premiere, Bill?
That's going to premiere in July.
Okay, very good.
And Extreme Dodgeball kicks off July 19th, too. How about that, huh?
Extreme Dodgeball on the Game Show channel?
Yeah.
Is that like what is Extreme Dodgeball? Like, they give everybody a ball, and the people in the middle are all in wheelchairs?
They all have razor blades, yeah. Balls. People in the middle.
What
They
makes
can't
it
throw
extreme?
back.
It's like different groups going at it.
Let's face it,
each
it's
other,
just
right?
dodgeball. There's nothing that much.
Okay.
But you get like cheerleaders going up against housewives or something, right?
Yeah, we used to have dwarfs versus sumo wrestlers. That was fun.
Really? Who won?
Huh?
Who won?
I think it wasn't the dwarfs, it was jockeys. But, dwarfs.
I'd give it to the jockeys, the smaller target.
I think the jockeys actually did win that one.
Nimble.
Yeah, nimble.
Yeah, they can still move around.
Do you use the classic red dodgeball?
We do.
I love that one when you got hit in the head and it made that
Joyous sound when somebody gets hit in the mouth.
Nothing worse than turning your back during dodgeball for that split second where you turned around and you're like, oh, I know. All right, I'll turn around now. No, I know I'm going to get in the face. I'll wait. Now. Boom! Right in the face. It didn't matter. The second you turn back around, that dodgeball was 2 inches from your face.
Except we played the circular dodgeball, so there was no turning.
No turning, so your
You
back's
were in
always
the
to the
round,
wall.
baby.
Never heard that.
It was
Dodgeball
like
in the round.
Humperdinck concert.
No,
Yeah.
it was always in the gymnasium
Yeah, we were in the round. They put us in a circle.
on the wooden
Which
floor.
slowly grew tighter and tighter. God.
Accordion doors that only opened up for the special square dancing treat to see the girls.
Oh, yeah.
You slide on your knee. Get that little puff of smoke and that smell of burning flesh. Memories. Right, Extreme Dodgeball on the Game Show Network. Isn't that nice that they're doing other things on the Game Show Network? Original programming, huh?
Oh, yeah, they're bringing a lot out.
They ran out of Match Game
I was gonna
76.
say, right, ran out of Match Game reruns.
Gene Rayburn.
Gene Rayburn.
That awful microphone of his.
Collecting yet another paycheck. Brett Summers.
Brett Summers. Richard Dawson. And
Charles Nelson Riley,
wearing that ascot. Come on a game show wearing an ascot.
The answer's cock. When I was on the Ghost and Mrs. Muir, I used to love sucking cock. Some things haven't changed. This is an ascot. It's a cum absorber.
Freaking fag. Charles Nelson Riley. You could just be so flamboyantly gay back then, and no one even called you on it.
No.
You know? Who was that? The center square on
Paul Lynde.
Paul Lynde. They were the fag of
go-to
fags.
guys.
Fag of fags.
You were supposed to look the other way.
Yeah,
You didn't question
You weren't
it.
even supposed to look the other way. You weren't even supposed to think that he was gay.
Right.
He was
He
silly.
was just silly and goofy and, flamboyant. That's all. Because if he was
Funny,
gay,
though.
I want him
Funny,
off my
look it
goddamn
up.
television. I'm middle America. This is a very high-rated show, this tic-tac-toe on TV thing. I
Hollywood.
don't need a gay guy.
I didn't know he was gay. I was a
You
kid
didn't?
watching. I didn't know.
And then he dies doing amyl nitrate poppers and getting fucked in the ass.
Who?
So,
Paul Lynde.
Is that how he died?
Yeah, he was doing some kind of poppers.
Paul Lynde.
Amyl nitrate.
No, he did that strangulation orgasm thing.
Really?
Yeah, because I went on that the Graveline tour in
Auto
LA.
asphyxia.
Yeah, audio
asphyxia.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because that
Asphyxia.
Graveline tour, yeah.
Have you? Did you ever do that?
No. But
Oh my God, it was great.
You know they got their facts right.
Well, yeah, it's still fun though.
Sensationalizing everything.
Yeah.
They just stop in front of mansions and tell you who lived there, and you have to take their word for it.
Yeah, exactly.
This is where Paul Lynde lived, and this is the story of how he died.
That's where he was choking himself on amyl nitrate poppers with a dildo in his ass.
That third window from the right
Yeah.
is where he began masturbating.
Yeah. Bill Dwyer, he brings up a good point. You got to just believe a lot of the shit that they tell you on those tours.
They pull up in front of a bank. They tell you it's a house. All right, whatever.
It used to be.
Yeah,
Marilyn Monroe lived here. Really? At an
Sure.
Arby's. How about that? Okay.
You got to think these bus tours just stop at different houses all the time just to, spread it out so the neighbors don't get pissed off.
Yeah, because at some point someone's going to go, hey, could you knock it off, please, coming in front of my house?
Yeah, I guess now they're not even allowed to stop in front of the houses, I heard.
They're not?
No.
Slow down?
They slow down. And
So they're driving through industrial parks pointing at warehouses? Hey, here it is.
They just pass laws whenever they want, You can't do that. No skipping on the streets. You can't stop that bus here. Nothing. You can't. That's Beverly Hills. But
All right. Hey, Bill, you have anything else today?
No, I got nothing.
All right.
I got nothing. I can't believe
nothing.
you guys even got anything out of me. Good work. No, I was getting on the phone. I was like, I got nothing to say. I'm like, I'm a jackass today. So good work.
All right. Well, we got the Paul Lynde info up on
okay.
IMDb.
What does it say?
His death, January 10th, 1982, Beverly Hills, cardiac arrest due to extreme substance abuse.
Oh.
Well, he's been dead for 23 years.
23 years we've gone on without him.
I knew I've been feeling a void for the last 23.
Just feels empty without him.
Wearing that kerchief around his neck, that tied little pink kerchief.
Probably to hide the belt marks as he's jerking off in a closet, choking himself. God damn it, with my belt!
I heard there was a dildo involved, and he was choking himself.
Nice.
I heard it was just a crazy
What a way
death.
to go.
You got to think right as you're losing consciousness, you're like, oh shit.
Please let it slip out.
It's like, oh fuck, someone's gonna
Please let it slip.
Someone's gonna find me like this. Oh
Let it
shit.
just roll under the bed.
Right. All right, Bill. So we're gonna promote that '70s House series on MTV, and of course Extreme Dodgeball on the Game Show Network.
You guys do whatever the fuck you want.
And you're gonna be in New York soon. We'd love to have you come in studio.
Yeah, I should be coming in around about July time.
All right, right on.
Maybe doing some gigs. Norton!
You'd be good to see again, man.
I haven't seen you in a king's age.
I know.
What the hell
It's
that
been a
means.
long I forgot all about couch potato roast until you said that.
Oh, really? Well, if you still got it on your comp reel like I do, then, it's a big part of your life.
I think I still do have it at home. I'll bring it in. It's just awful from what I
Oh,
remember.
it's tedious. It's hellish. Oh, I'm telling you. It's fairly bad.
Well, you know what? The one we did, I think you were in the first one, was actually better than the one they made us reshoot in Los Angeles. You shot in New York, right?
No, I shot in L.A.
Oh, okay, that was the
So
truly
mine was
awful
even
one.
worse?
Okay. Yeah. The
Oh,
first one was
really?
actually a little bit
All right.
better.
All right, now we found another site about Paul Lynde's death. Could you? Yeah, it starts there. All right. Paul Lynde was found dead in his West Hollywood home, in bed, naked with a bottle of poppers.
Yep. Amyl nitrate.
Amyl nitrate inhalant used to enhance sex. That was lying nearby. I was told by an insider that Lynde likely had a heart attack on Saturday night while having sex with someone who just walked out of the Beverly Hills home when the seizure happened, without even bothering to call for help.
Jimmy Norton.
I wouldn't fuck Paul Lynde. I have some standards.
Yeah, maybe, prostitutes, maybe they don't feel like hanging out when
All
something
right.
bad goes down.
Wow.
I got a couple of people here from Whackbag, a couple of the geniuses saying it's autoerotic asphyxiation, Professor Ant. It's also called autoerotic asphyxia, you douchebag. That's what I was saying, ass fuck.
Nice.
Thank you. Sometimes they try to question me.
Man, you can't argue with you.
Yeah, we're
Couple of them.
We're in a war with our fans, Bill.
Our fans are a bunch of jackasses.
You throw down the ass fuck, argument over.
We're trying to protect our integrity. Every day on this show, we have to yell back at them. You mispronounce one word and they go nuts. There's a whole thread on a message board about it.
Asphyxia or asphyxiation.
All right. Well, Bill, it's always a pleasure. We'd love to see you live in the studio.
All right, I'll be there.
Oh, cool. You got a website, too?
I'm promising. BillDwyer.com, and it's not up yet because I'm a jackass
Yeah,
again.
you're like the last guy. What's
Cool.
up?
I know,
Yeah,
I got
what
no
the
web
hell is
presence
that?
At all.
MCs have
Yahoo
websites.
address. Yeah, I know.
All right. Well, in the meantime, go to AskCave.com.
Yeah. And click on the Bill Dwyer icon.
Yeah, right. All right, Bill, thank you.
See you, buddy.
All right, guys, see you later.
There we
Take care,
go.
man.
Bill Dwyer.
Bill's cool.
I
We
gotta
had fun
take
with him
off.
when he actually came in.
Yeah.
He came into the studio when we were at NEW. And funny guy.
Very funny. Mike in Chicago. Mike?
Hey, guys. I got a story for you that's going to make Andrea Yates look like an amateur.
All right.
There's a woman here right now that's been charged with killing her two kids.
Oh, I read the story. Pretty
Seriously,
sick.
She stabbed each of them over 200 times.
Yeah.
Not only that, this isn't even the first one. Back in 2000, they said they had a 3-month-old that died in a house fire. And I guess they're investigating that to see if she caused that, too.
The sickest part is she stabbed one of her kids, who then ran away downstairs. So then she stabs the other one, kills that one, goes downstairs and finishes the job.
Yeah, and then the
She's
father
not going
walks
to leave
in.
things not finished.
Yeah, and then the father walks in just after this happened and ended up calling 911 while the wife still has the knife in her hand.
Yeah, that's great.
Ridiculous.
That's great. I'm sure they had a beautiful wedding. Nice wedding song was playing, romantic. Danced
This is
with
going
the
to be
bride.
the mother of my children.
Yeah, I love her. Yeah. Oh, everybody, clink, 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 clink. Toes, toes, clink, clink, clink. Hey, kiss, kiss.
You
Oh,
are
that's
the
wonderful.
wind beneath my wings.
Wedding photo. Do you think their wedding picture was smiling, staring down as she's just hacking her kids to pieces? That's wonderful.
Yeah, the story here has her
Tries to feed a leg to her husband. Ugh.
described by friends as kind, caring, and godly.
Yeah, there you go.
God.
Well, she said Jesus or something told her to do it.
Of course.
Why don't they stop this religion thing? It seems to be the cause of a lot of deaths. More than video games, I would say.
And
or
more than
R-rated
all the-
movies or rock and roll.
And more than wars, religion caused deaths.
Wars, deaths?
Right, something. Stuff.
Definitely. A lot of wars
All right, guys,
are
I'm
based
punching
on
out.
religion.
More
Thank you,
people
sir.
have died over religion than something.
Did you guys
like
ever see
that.
when Voss played Lenny Bruce?
Yeah.
Oh, my God, yeah.
Wasn't that a brilliant piece of acting? You know what he did? He shaved off his goatee and just talked the way he talked.
It was Lenny Bruce spitting.
And I thought, I got great reviews. From who?
We never got audio of that performed?
No. Why don't we have that?
I don't know. We're gonna have to have a Voss Bash Fest soon.
And here's the transcripts from the court cases. We need the freedom to be able to express ourselves.
He basically tried to look like his first headshot, and that was the acting work he did to be Lenny Bruce.
You know, that guy might be onto something. We should do hometown news, Anthony.
Hometown news?
Well, we're a national talk show.
We certainly are.
Maybe every once in a while we do a segment where the listeners tell us what's going on in their little town. What's the big story in your town today?
Hey, what's going on in your town? Well, but we need like some homey Americana, if I may use the word, Jim, type music to go with that. That's like kind of all nice and happy.
Yeah.
What's the story in your town?
Oh, don't
Let's
worry.
go to, and then we go
Yeah.
somewhere, Kansas or
We could-
Arkansas.
We could try it for the last 20 minutes of the show.
And we have a horrific story.
No, well, either that or, I mean, you guys got to know the show and what we're looking for. And, of course, we'll give it the old Opie and Anthony, spin.
Mm-hmm.
You want to give it a try?
Oh, why not?
What's happening in your town today? What's on the front page of your newspaper?
Try it on the fly.
Why not? All right, we'll break and do something. Oh, you know what? Mother's Day, Anthony. We should play some of our Hi Mom.
When is Mother's Day? Is this Sunday?
Sunday.
It is this Sunday.
Sunday. For Mother's Day, we like to break out our Hi Mom calls. Here's one called Hi Mom, I'm in jail. Jason, are you ready to play Hi Mom, I'm in jail?
Yeah.
You got a good story?
Yeah.
What are you going to tell her?
I'm going to tell her I had marijuana. I got caught by the cops.
Will that piss her off?
Yep.
All right, let's give her a shot.
Drugs.
Hello?
Mom,
What?
I screwed up.
What?
I'm in jail.
Why?
Possession of marijuana.
You're kidding.
I don't know who to call. Should I call Uncle Mark? It's my one phone call. Should I call Uncle Mark or something?
If this is your one phone call, I'll have to call him. What do you need?
I don't know.
Call is being monitored, ma'am, by the police department.
Okay. What does he need what does he need to do?
The judge came in and set bail at $10,000. It's a very serious offense. He was
10,000.
well, if it was a joint or two, it would be one thing. He was caught with 12 kilos in his trunk. They obviously trying to deal. So he's being arraigned as a dealer and not as a user.
Okay. Okay, when is all this and where is he and where can I come see him?
I'm in Cambridge now, at the Cambridge jail.
We're going to bring him to one of the city jails.
Okay, how can I get directions to get there? Can I get there, talk to him, tell me what I need to do? I'm in Pittsfield, Massachusetts.
What should I do, like a lawyer?
Yeah, you need a lawyer?
Well, he's been crying like a girl, too.
Well, I got to get to the bottom of this. He's a very good person.
I've heard that before. It's more of that bad parenting. I've seen this before with these kids. They run around the streets like wild. And now they're selling drugs? Did you know your son was doing this?
No.
Not to mention with the being found with the prostitute in the car in the combat zone. That's what is that all about? Don't even deny it, son.
Okay, please.
He's already given a full confession before he even talked to a lawyer, which just shows how smart he is.
Okay, officer.
Sonny.
I didn't know what to do.
Okay, officer.
Yes, ma'am.
please help me, okay? I'm in Pittsfield, Massachusetts. I'm 3 hours away. Please give me directions of how to get there and where you are, and I will be there.
Well, by that time, he's going to be transported out of here. I'm not sure where they're taking him, but I'm sure which jail we do take him to, they're going to like him real good there tonight, if you know what I mean.
Oh.
He's pretty good looking. Yeah, he better not drop that soap, if you know what I mean.
Please,
I think
sir.
Bubba's going to like him in the shower room, if you know what I mean, ma'am.
Listen, officer.
Yes, ma'am. You're a good family, blah, blah, blah. I've heard it before, miss. I've heard it before.
Okay, you've heard it before, but
all right.
Oh, he's had enough.
I can't let this
He's
go
had
anymore.
enough. He's had enough.
Mom, you're on the radio.
Oh, my goodness.
Mom?
He couldn't take it anymore.
Mom?
What?
You're on the radio.
Huh?
It's the joke.
Oh, Jason.
Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day, Mom.
Who is this?
This is Opie and Anthony. We do a radio show in Boston.
Well, he is a good kid, but he's written out of the will.
Go get my limo.
I've got my herd, Jim Norton. That makes me sound like a really talented comic.
It's the Opie and Anthony Show.
Only creeps listen to this program.
That's right.
That's a bunch of lies. Sit down and put on your laughing hats.
In time for the Opie and Anthony Show.
Hey, guys, let's go right to the phones.
All right, Ope.
Steve-O's checking in, our good friend. Steve-O.
Yeah, dude.
What's up, man?
We got into a pretty good discussion about Wild Boys.
Tell me about it.
Yeah. Well, we were talking about how completely insane both of you are, but we know that. We just want to know because Opie was saying he thinks that perhaps the animals are either drugged or there's a guy standing there with a gun to make sure you two idiots don't get killed.
Nah, neither of the above, man.
That's what I said.
But how are they protecting you? We understand
I said they're
you guys
giving
are
you.
insane.
I said they're giving you much too much credit. You're complete idiots, both of you, and you wouldn't even have somebody standing there to protect you.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Like, they just make sure we sign our lives away is really the secret.
That's what I said. See, sign the lives away.
All right.
Dude, so we're in Thailand now, dude.
You're in Thailand?
It's almost 10 p.m.
In Thailand?
Yeah, and they made these really, really creepy faggots dressed up as women, and I got very grouchy.
Dress you up like what?
Women. Turns out that some of the most beautiful women in the world have penises.
You're preaching to the choir, Steve.
And I'm telling you that that's all I heard about Thailand was watch out for the chicks that got wieners. And then we get here and they bring us right to the frickin' cabaret. And they make us sit down in the makeup room with all these creepy faggots, dude. I'm still like... So my first day of filming, I wound up with a massive contusion on my right leg, torn ligaments in my left foot, and no reason to call myself a man.
What happened?
What happened? Yes. Come on.
They took me to a Muay Thai boxing place, and I kicked the crap out of some dude.
Thai boxing? Holy
17-year-old champion my ass. No, I hurt my legs quite a bit.
Yeah.
I came out a winner.
One of my favorite things on Jackass is when what's his name went in the ring with that chick boxer and took one punch.
Yeah, old what's his name?
He got his ass handed to him.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Steve, one of
the
greatest things we were talking about it that I saw you do so far was that goddamn zebra suit with the lions.
How did you not die?
Well, we had a lot of protective gear on, dude, if you didn't notice.
Yeah, protective gear is great when a lion is sinking its teeth into your neck.
Yeah, I mean, like I will, you know, like say there's nothing wrong with having foghorns and spray hoses, and that could help, you know, like I don't know. What kind of
die, whatever.
Yeah, that's. I think that's what everyone's waiting for is for you guys to actually get killed.
I know, and there's any number of things that might kill me like in the next week.
In the next
What kind of protective gear?
Yeah, what kind of protective?
We had like
rollerblade pads.
The boxer head cushion that comes around the earmuffs, you know?
Yeah.
We had those duct taped around our necks.
Oh, well, they ought to do that. We ought to do that to all the elk and stuff and all the water buffalo that's roaming around.
Man, wait till you see Argentina. I will say this. Old Pontius is a cum guzzler.
Oh, my God. What do you have him do?
I was going to say the knoxville was the one who jerked off the horse.
Oh, no. Well, dude, I saw that one I saw of you letting the salmon spawn in your mouth.
Yeah.
He took a salmon and a female salmon and squished the eggs into his mouth, and then a male salmon, and they squished it, and all this salmon jizz goes all over in his mouth, and he fertilized the eggs in his mouth.
Yeah,
You see when he drank the tobacco spit?
Super rad time to say that the complete second season of Wild Boys is in stores now. Yeah.
I definitely suggest you pick it up. It's hysterical. It's sick, and you could watch these guys pretty much, almost kill yourselves. And I hope in future installments we will see the end of you two, because I honestly think you will die doing this.
Yeah, I'm in Thailand, and then the front page of the Bangkok Post I'm holding right here says, "Martial law essential," says General.
He's going to places where he's got to keep up on the current events, but they're retarded.
No, like, martial law, like, don't kill you for a bunch of things, so I'm just quaking in my boots, and I'm not leaving my hotel room.
You're a madman, Steve.
All right. I'm out there. Hey, man, it's always a pleasure, guys. You guys always get me at the best times.
You're the best, Steve.
Hey, man, for sure, dude. Like, I'll let you know when I'm in New York, man, and thanks again for having me on.
All right, cool. Steve-O, everyone, from Wild Boys.
Pick up Wild Boys Season 2 on DVD. It's very funny. That guy's out of his mind, man. He's
That's
the real
hilarious.
deal, too. He's not like this actor guy that's playing this part. He is that guy. Martial law says, General, I could get shot if I leave the room. Fucking lunatics.
All right.
I love that guy.
You want to play What's Happening in Your Town?
Yeah, but we need some type of music, anything, some type of happy.
But and this is the birth of a bit.
Yeah, but I think
the next
it'll
time we play this,
better.
the next time we play this, we'll have circus music. We'll have a nice intro from Steve.
Don't you think the story will play better with a nice musical bed?
All right. Good point.
I think so.
What do you got? It's good music. What is it? That wacky 50s happy white suburban
Is it?
neighborhood music.
What's happening in your town?
Let's make sure the music's good.
And now, spanning the country to find the stories affecting you. What's happening in your town? Anytown, USA.
Let's go to Ohio. Dave?
Yeah, how's it going, guys?
What's happening in your town, Dave?
Hey there, little Chia Sack.
Hi, Dave.
So, I live in Akron. In Cleveland papers, there's, in one of the black suburb communities, there's a guy running for mayor, and he was such a good fella and helping out the kids in the neighborhood. And, well, one night he was out arguing in his car with his wife, and I guess he ended up putting one in her head.
He shot his wife in the head in Cleveland. Thanks, Dave.
That's terrific. That's terrific.
Well, that's what's going on in Cleveland.
All right, let's go to Tennessee.
What's going on in your town, Scott?
Hey, are you there?
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
Okay, I didn't know if it was right, Scott. The headlines reads, "Pucker up, please," and there's like 5 E's in it. And then underneath that it says, "Pastor kisses goat after losing bet."
What bet did he lose?
You want me to read it?
Well,
yeah, word for word, all of it, slow.
Sounds like a cute, touching story, which has no part in this segment.
well, it might. It's a cute special interest story. I
Pastor fucks goat? Well, perhaps that would work.
Well, what bet did he lose?
Well, Living Springs Baptist Church, the only church on Weekly Lane near Catchpole Pike, departed from the usual services Sunday when the Reverend Milton Hicks lived up to his promise he made to kiss a goat.
It seems the children's missions class were issued a challenge to raise $750 for a special missions offering. If the money raised exceeded the goal by $100, the Minister of Music, Tony Hicks, would be forced to kiss a live goat. And if the fundraiser exceeded $1,000, the pastor would have to join in the fuckering up.
Wow, and that's on the front page of your paper?
I swear to God,
Oh,
the
my
Daily
God.
News Journal.
This is great. All right, thank you, sir.
It actually matched up to the music.
Yeah. Here, why don't you hit the Benny Hill music for the next one?
Oh, what's happening in your town? Let's go to Dave in Kansas. Dave?
Hello?
Yes, what's happening in your town, Dave?
Well, we have a young boy who got in trouble for having paintballs all over his room, and he got
those darn kids.
He got kind of mad at his father and went and got the key to the gun cabinet and shot him in the face.
He shot his dad in the face?
with a shotgun. So,
With a
there's not much
shotgun?
time left.
All right.
Fantastic.
Thank you, Dave. Let's go to Fan Dick. Fan Dick, what's up?
Hey, what's up, man? Headline in the Miami Sun Sentinel, judge grants abortion request to 13-year-old Palm Beach County girl.
Fantastic. Abortion request to 13-year-old. Wow.
Let's go to Rhode Island, Wayne.
Good girl. Yeah.
Hey, guys, what's going on?
What's happening in your town, Wayne?
Hey, remember that kid, that stupid idiot that killed the cop in Providence and jumped out the window?
And got the crap beat out of him.
Yep, well, correctional officer's mouth, he fractured his jaw, broke his eye socket, spit in another guy's face. Then yesterday, they're taking him to court, and the freaking idiot wouldn't let him shackle him, so they had to pepper spray him again. The guy's a moron. Anyway, I'm punching out.
You know it's bombing when they throw in the editorial? That guy's stupid.
That guy's an idiot.
That makes the story.
That was the point of my story.
Right. When are you guys going to help me?
Because it's wacky.
I love the callers that just are waiting for us to save them.
Xenorific, yeah.
This is the only talk show where we don't save you.
We're not going to save you.
Because we could easily jump in and go and say something and get
that
back
guy's mad.
Yeah, that guy was a jerk.
Yeah.
You don't
Golly
understand.
gee.
We're rooting against you.
Right.
Always.
We're hoping you
Always.
fail miserably with every call.
Derek in Massachusetts.
How you doing?
What's up, Derek?
Well, we got this guy who's trying to save his farmland for his cows. The government there is they're finding him $150,000 for his cows, for the farmland, and they're going to take his land from him. Well, this guy's got protests set up all over the place. He did a protest on the Boston Commons saying he wants to save his cows. He's got a protest going on downtown in front of the school now, and to save our cows, we can regrettably farm our land anymore because the government wants their money.
Were there any other stories?
Not really. This is a small town. Thank you.
He goes, thank you. Sean in Philly, what's up? What's happening in your town, Sean?
Well, there was two old ladies, and they were trying to get the cheap tickets to the matinee theater and tried to beat the train. And according to the paper, despite flashing lights, ring bells, the train horn, and shouts from horrified onlookers, they walked right in front and got hit by a train doing 70 miles an hour.
That's terrific. That's terrific.
Wonderful.
Let's go to Wisconsin. Chuck, what's happening in your town?
Hey, guys. Man in critical condition after falling off stool. A Hubertus man who fell off a bar stool while celebrating his 53rd birthday over the weekend was in critical condition Monday with head injuries, authorities said. He was knocked unconscious falling Sunday evening at the Whiskey River Tavern on Highway 175 in Hubertus.
53 years you make it, and you die in the Whiskey Tavern by falling off your stool.
Drunken
What an
idiot.
All right, let's go to another story from PA, Anthony Ray.
All right.
I mean, I got a hot teen bear attack in the Poconos over the weekend.
Hot teen bear attack.
With the hot teen, I guess two teenagers are up there, and a big bear attacked them, and one of the guys was stabbing the bear, and then the bear grabbed the girl and stripped her clothes, and I guess let her go after that, after she played dead.
Smart bear.
Yes. I think it was
Stripped the girl's clothes off. You think that's just the story they're telling? She's telling her parents. Goes into the woods with a couple of guys.
And they take her clothes and
It
run.
was a bear, I swear.
Yeah.
Hidden claw marks on her body.
Well, and the bear raped me in the ass.
Bear load on her back.
Here's a story you can expect from Texas, Anthony. Let's go to Dwayne. Dwayne?
Yeah.
What's up, Dwayne?
Hey, not too much, man. Hey, a 75-year-old man, he got caught. His niece walked in on him, caught him fucking the golden retriever, man. he was in full stride when she walked in, and then this was a second offense. So now they can't do nothing to him, but they're going to get him for indecent exposure.
Indecent what, sir?
Indecent exposure.
Wow. You're
Indecent exposure.
You're a mush-mouthed hillbilly.
Hell yeah.
All right, thank you. We're going back to Philly and talking to Josh. Josh, what's up?
Yo, what's going on, guys?
Hey.
Got one out of Chester, PA. 3 swoogies took a little swimming pool, little plastic ones with a little slide on it that a 2-year-old would use. Took it out into the river to try to use it as a raft. Flipped it over. 2 of them were pulled out by somebody that was going by with a stick. 3rd one learned the hard lesson. Swoogies don't swim.
Oh, my God. Jesus. I'm sorry for that. Let's go to Dugout Doug in VA Beach. Virginia Beach.
Guys, Dateline, Virginia Beach, the hip of the Bible Belt. I got a jet flying over me. Isn't that nice?
Yeah, perfect timing for your phone call.
Isn't that wonderful? Rather than
If it crashes, it'll be foreshadowing.
All right, get it, Doug.
Rather than fight, FM 99 WNRR will remove its controversial billboard, which features the bare backs of 3 women.
Because it's bare back of 3 women.
The bare back of 3 women. Don't you guys just miss regular radio?
Well, what's the billboard say? It has to have a cute saying.
Nah, it just says FM 99 WNRR has the back of 3 women, and apparently the city of Norfolk has pressured them, residents and city officials have pressured them to remove it, and they're just not going to fight. They're going to remove it.
Do the Professor Anthony song.
That's not mine.
Oh,
I did the Ricky song.
Oh, the Ricky song.
Wait, you're not. Who does Professor Anthony?
That was P. Niggity.
Oh, P. Niggity.
Niggity.
I thought it was
why am I
Dugout Doug all this
slurping
time.
at you? Me too.
I thought it was Dugout Doug the whole time.
Dateline, whackbag.com. Dugout Doug did the Ricky song, not the Anthony song.
All right, there he goes. Thank you. Let's go to Nebraska. One more. Pat?
I hate him anyway.
Cool.
Hey, guys.
Doug.
I
hope he dies in that car.
Kidding.
Go ahead, Pat.
One's about a girl, 17-year-old girl, and she burned her house down and accidentally killed her brother and sister because her stepdad was molesting her. And now they arrested stepdad on a bunch of porn charges and for molesting her. The other one, this chick gave birth, 17-year-old girl gave birth to a baby and hid it in a basket, and then went to hospital, said she'd been raped, and now the baby's retarded, and she's going to court for child negligence.
All right, Nebraska. Wow, really coming through.
Yeah, Nebraska.
Hey, man, we love you guys. I just started listening to you in December, man, and you guys are great, man.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Pat. We got to get out of here. And that ends a brand new segment called What's Happening in Your Town, Anthony?
In your town. Some were good, some not so good.
The bid has potential, though. Bill Burr,
Certainly
thanks
does.
for stopping by. Anything you want to promote? You got 5 seconds. I'm
going
sorry.
to be Comedy Works next weekend.
Where?
Denver.
Denver. That's it.
That's it. I'm out of here.